Submit to the High Council this week on World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the man, the creator of Cyberfrog, the comic artist pro himself, Ethan Van Sciver.
Hi, great to be here tonight on the High Council with my brothers. Great to be here with you guys. Let's rock and roll.
And finally, with us is the man of 1,004 Jeremys, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Well, Jeremy Osteen wants to show up first because he's seeing a lot of lovely super chats tonight before the show even starts. So I'm into that. Now, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Glad to be here on the High Council. Lovely to see all of you waiting for the show to start as you do every week. Smash the melee button. Let's get this party started.
Boom. And a party it's going to be, guys, because we have some funny topics to talk about. A lot funnier than usual. So we're going to be talking about, well, instead of laying it out for you, I guess we should just start, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So our friends over at, and I use the term loosely, starmakingwars.net have been leaking new images. So, Ethan, you always talk about the telephoto lens, the George McFly levels of peeping Tomdom for this new Star Wars movie, because they can't get it on the inside. So they keep getting pushed out, and they have to use their telephoto lens to take pictures of, ladies changing. And now this one, yeah, I know. But today's image, let me pull this up for everybody out there.
I got to see this.
Yeah,
This is none of my business. It's none of Jason Ward's business, but we're gonna see it.
We like to watch it because we shouldn't watch it. So this image is newsworthy to them. So for anyone that ever wants to talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel, look at this. So a whole news story is formulated from this. So they say this. Seeing how J.J. Abrams helmed Star Wars The Force Awakens essentially plays like an ongoing homage to A New Hope, it would be pretty reasonable to predict that the upcoming Star Wars Episode 9 will echo a few elements of its own original trilogy equivalent, Return of the Jedi. That's what some fans are suggesting in response to these newly leaked images from the set of next year's trilogy closer. Though the pictures' environments are still under construction, it's been speculated that these are the designs from the Pinewood studio and could provide a setting to a sequence not unlike the skirmish on the forest moon of Endor, witnessed at the climax of the 1983 film. And while we don't have a lot to go on with this idea, it certainly seems like the kind of move that eternally nostalgic Abrams would pull off in his next film. Yeah.
It's so underwhelming and also so expected. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is unexpected. It is expected.
And this is the greatest achievement of Jason Ward's life right here, to take this picture. Like, this is the greatest thing he'll ever accomplish.
Did you ever see that movie, The King of Comedy, with Jerry Lewis and Robert De Niro? And Robert De Niro has delusions of grandeur. He thinks that he's going to be a comedian, the king of comedy. He's going to get on what is basically the Johnny Carson show, and he's a big star. But really what he is a stalker and a weirdo who ends up kind of kidnapping Jerry Lewis. Now, it's a little bit like your hit Indiegogo campaign stealing Solo. It's the same kind of idea. I think that is Jason Ward. In my opinion, if you see him lurking around, be very, very, very careful. Approach with caution, or call the authorities. He is where he shouldn't be. Nobody wants him there. That's clear. You see those fences? You see those big fences? They don't want you there. You're not invited there. Why are you there?
It's creepy. It
is creepy.
Does he have his van with him, like his big creepy pedo van driving around? Like,
you see some bucktooth potato head with a telephoto lens. Call the police. It's Star Making Wars. They are where they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be there.
I love how you delivered that. Like, call the police. Like, so serious. Oh man, yeah. This is scraping the bottom of the barrel, as you said, Jeff. And it is. I mean, can you imagine seeing him out there, like, creeping behind a corner, putting his camera up, like over his head without him looking, just snapping shots at whatever he can get? That's pathetic.
I like to think that the people are aware that are making the movie. And they're, oh, it's just Jason Ward of Star Making Wars. Just let him go. This is all he's got. After this movie, the website's going away. Yeah. The important thing for me, though, is the way they worded this article. They basically have admitted and come to terms with Episode 7 being one homage to A New Hope. I mean, for the longest time, nobody would admit to it. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, it's not a remake. It's this, it's this, it's that. Now it's just kind of become accepted. Everyone's okay with admitting that. I mean, before they were adamant that it wasn't, and now by that same accord, they're just accepting of a Return of the Jedi clone. I mean, that just goes to show you how low, or I don't know, how basic these people are. They'll accept anything with the words Star Wars on it. And I don't like that. I want more out of my entertainment. I know you guys do too.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the people that resisted against the New Hope comparisons, but it's obvious that I'm not saying that the elements weren't there, but again, that was when I was just thinking they had a plan, thinking like, okay, there's a necessary reason why they did this. They wanted to, after all these years, and the prequels weren't loved. So they wanted to bridge that gap between the original trilogy, the prequels, and the new fans. So they wanted to feel a little familiar. But once JJ sets this up, they're going to take this thing in an unbelievable new direction and set some new trends. And I didn't realize that trend was, making Luke Skywalker, Jake Skywalker, and turning him into a beta male, basically, and not respecting anything that was set up before it. It's just, but now we're at that point where retroactively, yes, The Force Awakens is nothing but a New Hope ripoff. That's it. I'm willing to admit it now. And now, yeah, I think you're right on the money. Jeff, you've been, you were out front against Episode 7 when you were in the small minority, and now here we are, and it looks like you're calling it again. It's just everybody's just kind of like, all right, cool, we're going to get a Return of the Jedi retread. And it's like, that's not where we should be right now with Star Wars. That's not where we should be.
Not at all.
We should be expecting something mind-blowing, something we haven't seen. We should have trust in the filmmakers and the producers and the creative process. And right now, the expectations are so low that pretty much it's just like, yeah, all right, cool. We're going to get a Return of the Jedi homage. No, that's unacceptable. As Star Wars fans, we have to demand more. We have to demand more. And we have to continue to be vocal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much they want to call us names. It doesn't matter how much they want to marginalize us. It doesn't matter. We will continue to speak our minds. We will continue to let you know you're doing a shitty job, Disney. And until we are happy as consumers, we will continue to make our voices heard. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I said to thank you like Ethan. I learned that from Ethan. So
thank you.
I mean, is Return of the Jedi, again, I like Return of the Jedi a lot. I love it. It's my third favorite of the Star Wars movies, but a lot of people seem to have soured on it as the years have gone by. They go by the Ewoks, they want to rip into them, all that kind of stuff. Do you think that the nostalgia for this movie is going to backfire because, contemporarily people don't feel the same way about Jedi as they do Empire and A New Hope? Do you think this will backfire on them?
Ethan, I'll let you go.
I just think the movie is going to be, we talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. This movie will scrape the bottom of the barrel. Now, I am curious. I've said it before. Every aspect of this movie does have me salivating with curiosity. I do want to see Old Man Lando. I do want to see Rod of the Hutt. I desperately want to see Rose Tico again. Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with this movie, but it is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. There's no way around that. They've worked themselves into a corner. This trilogy is already incoherent. It doesn't make sense. Episodes 7 and 8 don't make sense together. They don't go anywhere. So episode 9 should just be like a crap. Basically, this is the airplane headed for the mountain, and then episode 9 should be the crash into the mountain. And I'm kind of excited to see that. But do I expect anybody to take it seriously? No, only weirdos. Only weirdos.
I kind of feel like
people are gonna hate it.
I kind of feel like this is basically like the Hunger Games all over again. Female lead, everybody praising it when it comes out. The first Hunger Games was like the greatest thing ever. Everybody was talking about it. It was going to be the next, billion-dollar franchise, and it just kind of died off. I mean, it went away. I'm looking at the box office for the Hunger Games. There was 4 movies, I guess. I've only seen the first one, but so the first one came out to a big surprise in 2012, and the second one did pretty good too, the Catching Fire. But then after that, Mockingjay 1 and 2, and the last one was the lowest grossing one because they just stopped caring about it. You know what I mean? Because it became more about the identity politics of it than anything else. And that's what this feels like. This feels like the Hunger Games with a Star Wars makeover, basically, is what it feels like. And that's what we're going to get. This movie, I think this movie will be the lowest grossing movie of the trilogy. Again, there is still time for them to pull a rabbit out of the hat. But based on what we're feeling right now with the Star Wars community, how things are going after Solo, after The Last Jedi, I just feel like this movie has no excitement built around it. The most excitement we're built around it is the fact that we just want to see how bad it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like that's the excitement that's built around it. There's nothing intriguing or fascinating or exciting about this. It's just
I disagree. I'm intrigued. I disagree with that. I have to say, I'm really interested in so many aspects of this movie, and I'm going to be first in line. I was telling Jeff about this. By the way, it's going to bomb. Of course it is. It's going to. It's not going to make $1 billion. It's going to land at 900. I think 900 million. Maybe less. At this point, maybe less. Like honestly, a big hit movie, is doing 500 million right now, and they're talking about that being astronomical. I don't think there's enthusiasm for this movie at all. I will agree with you about that, but I personally am excited about it. There's so much weirdness associated with it that I can't wait. Can't wait.
Well, I will be with you, not in person, but I'll be watching this movie when it drops next December for the channel. But anything's possible. I'd laugh if this movie made Solo money. That would be incredibly embarrassing. It's under 400 million. What does everyone that's ever questioned our stance on Star Wars say? Well, we couldn't, mind control millions of people not to go see this movie. It was just damaged by what came before it. So, if anything, that's what I'd like to see, just for the reaction from the pro Disney shill camp. Oh my God, this movie flopped. It must be those guys on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I'm with Chuck Wendig now. I don't know if you guys see this, but Chuck Wendig was catapulted. No, I'm sorry, trebuchet. That's the superior siege weapon. Out of Disney, out of Marvel, out of Lucasfilm. He was fired for his ridiculously vulgar and vile tweets that were abusive towards normal people. He was fired. Now, the Washington Post, the Mary Sue, and Comic Book Resources have all gathered together to blame me. Your humble host, Ethan Van Sciver of ComicArtistProSecrets. I am the cause. I am the one who got Chuck Wendig fired via an awful lot of Russian bots. Now, if this is true, and I'm not saying it isn't, watch out, Ryan Johnson. Watch out, Pablo Hidalgo. Look out, everyone. Comic Artist Pro Secrets has Russian bots, and I can get anyone fired for any reason at all.
It's like the video I made earlier where they so I guess you guys heard about this Wreck-It Ralph joke that with Kylo that Lucasfilm didn't want in the movie.
Yeah.
and I'm like, in a non-canon film, in an animated movie, for comedic purposes, you can't allow a Kylo joke. But you allowed Ryan Johnson to take over a canon film, destroy Luke Skywalker, make Princess Leia turn into Mary Poppins. General Hux is nothing but a comedic punching bag. That's okay. All that's okay, but we can't have a Kylo joke in a Wreck-It Ralph movie. That just shows where Lucasfilm is right now and their decision making. It's absolutely pathetic.
It is. I mean, there's really nothing more to say besides it's pathetic. I mean, I actually had the quote pulled up for this. It came from, where did it come from? I just had it a second ago. Well, I guess I don't have it pulled up anymore because I suck. Oh, here it is.
About the IGN quote from the director?
Yeah, it said, what did they say? At one point, we had this joke about Kylo Ren being kind of a spoiled child. We went to Lucasfilm and they said, instead, here's what we're doing. And they said, well, we prefer if you didn't show him as a spoiled child. He is our villain, and we prefer you don't do that. So we were respectful of that. I keep saying it, and you guys have said it. Kylo Ren's not an intimidating villain. Therefore, the hero has no adversity. Therefore, we don't give her a shit.
Well, I think that this was shade by the director. I think he made this public knowledge because he's still a little salty about the fact that they're so fucking sensitive. You know what I mean? Sorry for cussing, but it's like, I just think that there's no way that wasn't strategic on his part for him to kind of put that out there. They go, yeah, this is what's going on at Lucasfilm. They won't even allow a Kylo Ren joke in a Wreck-It Ralph movie. Like, what kind of crap is that? I think he's salty about it. And I'm glad he said it. I'm glad he put them on blast, and he should have, because if he's truly respectful of them and their wishes, he would have never even said anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, Star Wars characters have been joked about for years. Darth Vader's been joked about for years. Palpatine's been joked about for years. Seriously, Lucasfilm, like this is where you're at. It boggles my mind.
Well, I mean, look at Star Wars, Robot Chicken, Star Wars, and Family Guy. Both things created when George Lucas still had control of the franchise.
Yep.
For some people, it's ruined Star Wars because they can't watch the movie without saying, look, sir, droids, look, a penny, or just stuff like that. It became really part of the popular culture. But George Lucas was secure enough for what he created. Lucasfilm knows deep down that their characters suck. They have had to have had these discussions behind the scenes, like, well, Kylo Ren doesn't do this. He's not intimidating, blah, blah, blah. But they got to just keep moving forward to give the image that they're confident in their brand. And this is a big telling thing, at least for me, that they're not as confident as they want to perceive themselves or want to be perceived publicly. And I like to hear stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is that what are they like? This is why they wanted, like Mark Hamill made the comment, about that he's coming back to episode 9 and everything. Why? It's because Disney knows they can't market the movie off of Rey and Poe Dameron. Of course, they're going to use Luke for marketing. Come see Luke Skywalker's final appearance or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they're going to use this for marketing because these new characters that they've developed they can't market around them anymore. It's awful. So it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck, and that's the most enjoyment we're finding right now.
But it's funny how these Marvel movies can always introduce a new character in each film that people like. I mean, pick a random MCU film, and I can tell you a character like Ant-Man, Luis, just some side character became a really memorable part of that whole series. So what does Star Wars have? I mean, Darth Vader's back. Maybe Krennic from Rogue One, but that's about it. Nobody else from...
Great. Yeah. But Krennic was great. Krennic was great because of Ben Mendelsohn, not so much about the way the character was written or anything. Like if that was a Ben Mendelsohn carried role, you know what I mean? I don't give credit to the creative process. I give credit to the fact whoever was smart enough to hire Ben Mendelsohn for that role. That's who I'm going to give credit to.
Yeah, I actually would sit down at a discounted price and watch that new Robin Hood movie because of him. Don't want to see the movie, but because of him, I liked him in Ready Player One. I liked him in The Dark Knight Rises. I'm a Ben Mendelsohn guy. You can quote me on that.
You got to watch Bloodline on Netflix. Even though season 3 was terrible, seasons 1 and 2 are phenomenal, and he's in it.
The Florida show, right?
Yep.
I saw the first episode. It reminded me of the Punisher movie, so that's why it kind of kept me watching.
It's good. It's good.
Real quick, speaking of good, we have some good listeners out there who've been very patient. They sent in super chats even before we went on the air. So let me read these real quick. So the Rookie Critic says, guess what? Super chatting before the stream starts. Boom. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Rookie Critic also goes on to say, based on how things are right now, what should be the apocalypse? NPCs bite you like a vamp, all pie is poisoned, or crap, what does Jeremy hate?
Let's see. What should the apocalypse? So did he say NPCs bite you like
a vampire,
and then you turn into an NPC?
Oh God,
that would be the worst. That's the worst.
God.
I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like that. So
you'd have to live forever.
Oh, that'd be awful. That's the worst right there.
What you do is you pull a blade and you just go outside in the sunlight and just reward yourself. Now, go ahead.
No, the pie being poisoned was.
I had a piece of pie yesterday when I was working on a video, and I thought of you, Ethan. So
how was it? How was the pie?
It was delicious. My grandma made a pumpkin pie. My grandma barely cooks. She's 94, but every once in a while she'll make something. I was like, well, she's offering a piece. I'll have to take it home and eat it later, and I did, and it was delicious. So, yeah. Now we have a listener, NPC Jeremy, sent in a few super chats. So we're gonna read these together. Have you ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Billions of people living out their lives, oblivious. Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be the perfect NPC world where none suffered? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed we NPCs lacked the programming to describe our perfect world. But I believe as a species, NPCs define their reality through misery and suffering. The perfect world was a dream. that your primitive views kept trying to be anti-woke, which is why I redesigned to this, the peak of the NPCs. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Shout out to NPC Jeremy. Great account, always lighting up the chat over on Geeks and Gamers. So good stuff.
I'm telling you, man, you are the man of 1,004 Jeremys.
It grows every day. There's people keeping up a list of how many Jeremys there are, so it's great.
Well, eventually they'll have to do a Citadel thing like Rick and Morty. We'll do the artwork. We can do a Jeremy, 1,004 Jeremys.
Somebody just super chatted you $400. Skip to that one right now.
Are you serious?
Skip to that one.
Oh, message retracted, it says. I think they didn't mean to send $400.
Oh my god, yeah.
Damn. Well, thank you if it stays. If not, okay, I understand. It could be a mistake.
That's the oh shit look from Solo in A New Hope, where he's running around the corner. Oh shit!
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, to that person, if you meant to, thanks. If not, still cool. Let me catch up. Okay, so Rookie Critic says $50K for Solo. That poor Harrison is finally free. How many looks does it take to get to the center of pie? I'd poke Jeremy, but he suffered this week.
Definitely. Hang on, I got to catch this because the guy that sent it is DV Makes Do. Says, how do I fix it? Well, you retracted it, so whatever you meant to send the super chat as, just go ahead and type it up again because you've retracted it, and then I would definitely keep an eye. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is it there?
Yeah. You can't retract the super chat. You can retract the message.
Now I've had people alter their super chats after the fact on me. So like I've had $200 super chats reduced to $100 super chats the next day it dropped.
Okay.
So I don't know how you go about doing that. I would contact your bank if you slipped up to do that, because there was a couple weeks ago, not a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago on the High Council, I was sent 3 $200 super chats, and the next day they were all edited down to $100 super chats. So I don't know how that person did it, but I follow all of our super chats just to make sure I know what's going on. So I would contact your bank.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to up it to $4,000. I was like, shit, that's a real price.
Sorry, buddy. Be careful, guys. When you super chat, be careful. We appreciate generosity.
Yeah, and if we could read this chat right now, I would. But once you retracted whatever you did, we don't have access to the comment anymore. I don't anyway. Jeff might.
It just says message retracted on my screen too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A McKinney 90 says NPC Jeremy versus proper Jeremy only on pay-per-view.
I like it. I think NPC Jeremy's getting to be pretty aggressive lately ever since Frank Oz responded to him. Do you guys know about this?
No.
Frank Oz responded to proper Jeremy on Twitter multiple times.
Really? What happened?
It was something to do with that Bert and Ernie thing. So they had like a conversation, and then proper Jeremy super chatted. I think it was during Anna's live stream, and he super chatted, told Anna, he says, my dream is for one day for regular Jeremy to meet Frank Oz, and Frank Oz refers to him as proper Jeremy. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Albedo says, you were merely adopted the NPCs. I was born in it. Molded by it. Rookie Critic says NPCs suck, but NPC Jeremy is our friendly monkey.
I like it. Good stuff.
Peyton Pfeiffer. This chat idea is from Darth Primus. He suggests a comic called Smoking Snoke. It's like stealing Solo, but Jeff and the Bullshitters kidnap Snoke actor and give Snoke a backstory. Kidnap Andy Serkis? I like Andy Serkis.
I like Andy Serkis.
In that story, we'd make him refilm some scenes from Black Panther so he didn't die. Because I thought he was one of the best parts of that movie. So I was sad to see him go. Mirror Jeremy says, I bent the knee and let me hear Osteen.
Well, Jeremy Osteen was going to be here for a while because he saw a $400 super chat. But he can't even. I can't go. I already brought Jeremy Osteen once. That's too many already. So, yeah, but Jeremy Osteen was getting really excited when he saw that $400 super chat. He was going to be here for a while. He saw private jets and a lot of paths to the Lord right there, but they got taken away real quick.
I feel like an Aston Martin is the mountaintop for me. Everything else is just downhill from there. Let's see. The Rookie Critic also says, "Are NPC Jeremy's friends with normal Jeremy clones?"
You know, I don't know. That whole battle versus the Jeremys versus the Annas online. There's a lot of craziness going on there. So I've lost control of the situation. So I can't really properly answer.
You should do a shirt or a print or something. Get one of the artists that listen to your show, like a Crisis on Infinite Jeremy's thing, because there's an old DC comic called Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah. You guys could do a really cool cover like that for a T-shirt. People would buy that.
They would. That's been discussed. Like, we're working on a couple of designs for proper Jeremy and other Jeremy T-shirts. So
I would wear one that just had a picture of your face on it, and then on the back it's a list of every version of Jeremy. And then at the end it just says "and more."
Somebody mailed me a T-shirt. It's me. There was a live stream a while back where I don't know. I don't remember saying it. Everybody remembers this but me. But I made a comment of thousands of monies. I don't know if I don't know if I misspoke, if I said it intentionally, but everybody remembered it. So somebody made a T-shirt with me with my Star Wars hat, and it said thousands of monies on the bottom. So I was like, that's great.
I'm gonna finally open our PO box this week because I'm so behind. It's funny. I went to go open it, and they're like, "You need 2 forms of ID," and apparently, your license was good, but I needed a non-photo ID. So it just goes to show you how prepared I am in my own personal life.
Sorry.
Okay.
Somebody this past week, someone mailed me a 12-pack of Yoo-Hoo and a thing of Chips Ahoy cookies in a box in my PO box.
I got to open a PO box. I'm missing out on Chips Ahoy cookies. I didn't get anything like that.
Yes, and I ate like the whole thing, and I was like, God, I regret this, but it was so good.
I'm hoping our international listeners send me like snacks like that. I would love to get lemon Fanta. I had it in Spain. Can't get it in America. Go for it. Kevithar1138 says, "Belated birthday monies, Jeff. Welcome to all prosts." Thank you, Kevithar1138. I appreciate that. I'll go have another post-birthday beer this weekend. Salvador says, "Suck in the guts, guys. Hear the High Council."
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm saluting Salvador. Harrison Ford, "Jeff, I managed to break free while you and your fellow world-class horseshitters were too busy drinking on Saturday. After 9 long months, I'm finally safe in my Hollywood mansion watching Back to the Future 3. Hope you have a good lawyer."
World-class horse shitters. Oh my God.
He called him that earlier on my live stream.
That is hilarious. Good job. Good meme.
Harrison, I still miss you, man. I went down there earlier the day to clean up your bucket, and we're like, if only Harrison was still here. He had a lot of good life advice. But see you in court, buddy. Ben Parker, maybe you're some relations to Peter. "My seed donation to Jeremy Osteen's Help Geeks and Gamers Fund. At Jeff, happy 30th and a very merry unbirthday to you. What flavor pie are you sending to Ethan this time?"
Yes.
Oh, what would Ethan like?
Right now, apple. Apple is evergreen. It really is. It always works.
I like apple pie. Now, do you do the cheddar cheese on it or no?
No.
Sounds weird. Ooh.
Yeah. I know people do that. I've never understood it. But I mean, you know what? I've had bad pumpkin pies. I've recently had a bad lemon meringue pie. I've never had a bad apple pie. Never. They've always been good.
If you're ever in the area, go to the Traverse City Pie Company in Michigan. They make some really, really good pies with all the fresh Michigan produce too. You probably will gain like 30 pounds eating one, but it's really worth it. Thunder Robot says, "Stealing Solo sequel. Mark Hamill saw you did a comic about Ford and wants you to do one about him. Only you don't want to, so he keeps stalking you till you do it. Title, Escaping Skywalker." I think I've created a monster with this comic book. But that's Thunder Robots. That's my favorite one that anyone has pitched to me. Any of the sequels or anything like that. That is honestly my favorite one because I can see Mark Hamill going, "What about me, guys? What about me?" What about you, Mark? You're busy drinking your green titty milk from Space Cow, so stay away. I'm going to read the rest of these in a little bit because we have a lot. I don't want to keep doing the show. So, guys, I found something. I don't know if it's interesting or it's at least cringeworthy. So, this new book showcases the incredible women of Star Wars, and this comes from space.com. Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing because whatever, but I just wanted to read this part to you. The panelists emphasized how incredible the women of Star Wars are, citing exceptional inspirational qualities of these characters, like Princess Leia's leadership, Ahsoka Tano's unapologetic power. The illustrators even shared some of their favorite quotes from the characters. Star Wars is much more than Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren. There are dozens of women in the Star Wars universe, and movies, and comics, and animated series, and games who lead battle and inspire. And Star Wars Women of the Galaxy showcases 75 of these incredible women with captivating backstories and striking illustrations. Now, it's funny that they say Star Wars is more than Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren, because have you ever met a single person that describes Star Wars as Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren?
Nope.
No.
This just seems like a plug by a group of people that don't really get Star Wars, but it's this hip thing to, put your identity politics into. And we have this book now that's going to be, praised by our friends over on the internet. Have you guys heard about this at all?
No, but I want to say this is a very brave and empowering book. It took a lot of bravery. I'm literally shaking because of all of the white males that are intimidated by this. I am literally shaking because the white males and all of their privilege, they've had the privilege of books all these years. They have this orange man in the office. He's so evil. And all we want is to celebrate the women, the strong, empowering, brave women of Star Wars. Is it war? Yeah. War. Star Wars.
Yes.
Yes, it's so brave. So brave. I'm with her, damn it. I'm with her. She deserves it. She deserves it.
It's her time. It's her turn.
She deserves it. God damn it. Right, I'm done.
Yeah, it's about time. There are not enough women in Star Wars. There were only 3 in the original movie, and they're not enough. They're not. Every time I watch The Last Jedi, I notice that the screen is chock full of hideous women, and it's still not enough. There need to be more horrendously disturbing looking women on the screen at all times. Yeah, let's just more women at war in the stars.
More women.
So what is this book like?
I had heard about it a while ago, but at New York Comic Con, they had a whole panel about the empowerment of this book. So your girl, Ashley Eckstein, aka Ahsoka Tano, was the moderator of this panel.
She's such an SJW, by the way. Ashley Eckstein. She really is.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, she is. It's like the people always bring that up, and I'm like, I know that, but it's like the same with like Chris Evans as Captain America. He's an amazing Captain America. The dude is a lunatic when it comes to his politics. You know what I mean? Like, he's just crazy. So all of these people, I dismiss all of their opinions about anything outside of what their talent brings to the table. So just like with Chris Evans and what he said, last week or whatever, we talked about that later.
Last week?
About if somebody asked him if he had the Infinity Gauntlet in real life, how he would what would he do? And he just made the comment like, oh, it would be political. You know what I would do? Like, it basically pointing out, I would get rid of Trump and half of basically the GOP. It's like, shut up, dude. We don't care. We don't fucking care. If you didn't have your fucking muscles, nobody'd give a shit about your opinion. They're not here for your opinions. They're here because you're Captain America and you got your little muscles. Nobody cares about your social politics. Nobody. But that's what they think. You know what I mean? So
that's true. I try not to follow a lot of actors because I realize I don't like any of them. Maybe I'd like Chris Pratt, but he seems like a little too religious. So he'd probably get offended at this show. So maybe we couldn't be friends.
My boy Christian Bale. That's my boy right there.
Really? He seems like an asshole.
The fuck are you doing? His whole meltdown on Terminator Salvation. Oh, he is an asshole. Total asshole. But he owns it. You know what I mean? He's not he's not trying to be a fake. He's an asshole. I like it. He's like,
I told you when I met him, right? I mean, he came onto a panel when they were filming Batman Begins. Me and Jeff Johns were talking about doing Green Lantern Rebirth on a panel, big panel discussion in Chicago. And they said, and they lowered the lights and said, and now we have some special guests for you. They turned the lights on, and sitting right next to me is Christian Bale, and sitting right next to Jeff is Christopher Nolan, the director of the Dark Knight trilogy. And Christian Bale sat there in his seat, like leaned back with his arms crossed over his chest, black baseball cap pulled down over his eyes and would not say one goddamn word to the crowd. And people were asking, "Hey, Mr." asking him questions, and he wouldn't answer them. And Christopher Nolan said, "He's still in character. He just came off the set." I was like, "This guy's so fucking cool, so cool." He's still Batman. He's right next to me. He's Batman right now in his head. In his head, he's Batman. And I said, in his head, he's Batman right now. And I pointed right in his face, Batman right now. That guy was awesome. He is. Yeah, Bale, I don't know what his politics are. I don't really care because he made a great movie called American Psycho.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I liked his politics in that movie. But yeah. What a great guy. He didn't say anything. He didn't say a word. And then they showed footage of the Bat Tumbler, going through rooftops, and everybody in the crowd said, "What the fuck is that? What is that? It's not the Batmobile." But now it is the Batmobile. But at the time it wasn't. What a great day that was.
Was that what, C2E2?
No, it was Wizard World Chicago.
Oh, okay. Back when Wizard World was still bigger.
Yeah, it was a big show. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, my bad. I just remember a story about Batman Begins premiere, and again, this I don't remember where I heard this. It might have been from someone else, but Katie Holmes was in Batman Begins, and she was with Tom Cruise at the time, and Bale at the premiere, Tom Cruise showed up, and apparently Tom Cruise shows up, he's going to command all the attention and make it about him, and I heard Bale just was like wanted to just strangle him. You know what I mean? Like he's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like typical Bale being all pissed off, like not because he's taking his spotlight as much as how he was pandering to the cameras. You know what I mean? And I could that sounds like Bale. Like he would be pissed off about that. I think Bale's awesome though. So, and that story that Ethan told just backs it up even more. So,
definitely.
I wish I had a chance to meet him. I'd be one of those people that wouldn't be starstruck by him though. If he was a dick to me, so be it.
I don't think he's allowed to be a dick. There are a few people that are allowed to be a dick. Harrison Ford, if I met him, he'd be a dick. I expect him to be. Mark Hamill, no. But Harrison Ford, yes. I would expect it. And
I think
if
it
wasn't,
depends
I'd be
when you
mad.
catch him.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I look at how he signs a lot of autographs, and they're always real nice and personalized. So I'm thinking, a lot of people just sign their name and walk away. So I was like, maybe he's a little more personable. It just depends on the situation. So, but I really don't want to meet Harrison Ford until we make, the real Stealing Solo. But we'll give him better accommodations in our basement. So, but this book it seems like it's obviously it's too little, too late. But it's coming out in a really bad time for Star Wars because you can't sell Star Wars on identity politics. You never really could. You could sell it on nostalgia. You could try to infuse identity politics, but when it's based on bullshit like this book, I don't think it'll work because they're well, there's so many characters in Star Wars and so fewer women. Most of the people in Star Wars are nameless soldiers who blow up and get shot and die. I mean, Princess Leia, Padme have way more to do than all but 3 Star Wars characters. So, I mean, is it based on a number of percentages of people in the movie or what they actually achieve? How do you guys think a character is, their achievements are accomplished type of thing?
Well, what exactly are you asking?
Well, I mean, is it important to have a great number of women or just a few handful of great female characters? What's more important, a bunch of just or really good ones?
I mention it like I do all the time with Ahsoka and how she was introduced into the Clone Wars, where she was not introduced as the new female character. She was just introduced as a new character. And when people didn't like her, it wasn't this constant barrage of, "You're sexist, you're intimidated, blah, blah." No, they didn't like her. And then eventually the character earned the audience's respect. Whereas with Rey was introduced as the new female character. You have to respect her. The whole scenes with her and Finn and "stop holding my hand," just showing her empowerment as a woman. You know what I mean? It was all identity based. And when that happens, you're showing that you're not really pushing this character because it's a good character. You're pushing an agenda into the character. So if a character is introduced and there's no identity politics attached to it, and you have confidence in the arc of that character, then that character is going to end up being awesome. But if the first thing out of the gate is to point her gender out and point how she's a strong female, she don't need no man, well, fuck that. You know what I mean? So bring new characters in. Don't base it around their identity, their gender, or the social agenda that you're trying to push forward. Write the character, make the character go through struggles, make the audience connect to the character, and you're going to have a great character. And it doesn't matter what their race or their gender is. Nobody cares about that shit except for the crazy Hollywood people.
As long as they're men. Yes, as long as they're men.
So it's just, but even look at like Lando, for instance, like if that would happen today, they would have been making a point of, he's not a white male. You have to respect him. And if you don't, you're racist, and that's just the nonsense around it.
Well, let's hope we move. Ethan, the new Halloween had some of that stuff infused in it.
Yes, it did.
And how did you feel about it overall? Like I said, I hadn't had a chance to check out your review.
I liked the movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And yet, because I found it to be a quality production, it was produced with quality. There was quality involved. But there was a lot of social justice warriorism. There was a lot of women can do anything. Now, listen, spoiler alert, all of the men in the movie are idiots. They're all idiots. And when you're watching a slasher movie, just pay very careful attention to the dialogue. If a male character says, "You made me get peanut butter all over my penis," in his first 4 lines, he's going to die. He's going to die. People who act like fools, morons, jerks in slasher movies die immediately. None of the women acted like that. None of them did. They were all various kinds of strong. Well, Jeremy, they were all, there was a variety of different kind of strong women, but they were all strong women in their own way. And together, they did what nobody's been able to do in 40 years. Well, possibly. Of course, Mike Myers never really dies, does he? And he comes back in the next movie. But it was a very careful plan. And they were, I'll tell you, if Hillary was president, I think she could do something like this to the terrorists. I think that's what the movie was trying to say. And by the way, I think so many of movies like this were planned prior to the 2016 election. Now they seem silly. A Trump character, a Trump stand-in character would have just kind of, hired people to destroy Mike Myers, and he would have been destroyed instantly. But no, these movies were planned, to sort of coincide with the Hillary presidency. Women doing things that men have historically failed to do. So I found that annoying. I found that obnoxious. But Jamie Lee Curtis, who looks exactly like her father, Tony Curtis, in the movie Some Like It Hot, in which Tony Curtis put on a wig and dressed in drag for the whole movie. She looks exactly like her father in that movie now. It's upsetting, but it's okay. It's all right. Did a great job. It was great to see her again. And I know people had some feelings about that movie. I liked it 8 out of 10. Go see it.
I haven't seen it, so I'm interested. I grew up on the series. So Jeff, have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I saw it Saturday with all the guys.
What'd you think?
Like I said in our little review, disappointing is too harsh of a word, but I wasn't. But like this, I'm a big Halloween fan. I always liked Michael Myers movies. Now I admit they mostly suck. I really just like the first movie. Number 2 is okay. 3 is its own beast, and then 4, 5, and on are just bad movies. A lot of people try to read more into them, but there's not a lot there. It's just to sell you bullshit. But I thought this one was going to be different. I thought this one was going to have the substance that the first one had. They were going to be talking about something, and I felt it was ultimately hollow. The music was there. They had the credits with the font and this and that, but it was missing a couple elements. First off, the suspense. Halloween's supposed to be chilling and scary, anywhere in America type of thing. This movie was very derivative. It showed Michael Myers walking in the light and doing. They show his face for a good chunk of this movie.
They do not. No, they don't.
In the bathroom, you can see him right through the thing. You can see him.
Well, you can see a sliver of his face a little bit, but you don't get to see his face. You don't know what he looks like.
Well, I do, because I know what Nick Castle looks like. But anyway, that's a different story. My point is, I feel like they humanized him too much. He's supposed to be this unstoppable evil. He's just really, he got shot in the hand and that was kind of cool. But overall, they take away the mystique of the character. Everyone's an expert on who Michael Myers is and all this stuff. But my biggest problem too was, I lost my train of thought for a second. Just the fact that they don't have a Dr. Loomis equivalent. They try. They have that Indian doctor. No, was he Turkish? This Turkish doctor, Dr. Sartan, who tries to be like Dr. Loomis, but he's not. And see, Halloween, a lot of people think it's Jamie Lee Curtis versus Michael Myers, but it's really Dr. Loomis versus Michael Myers. You know, he's the Van Helsing. Michael Myers is like a Dracula. He's always the, you know, he's the evil. He knows it, and he's trying to stop him. The people around him don't get it. And the people around him don't get it in this movie. The people involved with this movie don't get it. And the twist, which I won't spoil, Ethan, but involved with that doctor, was one of the few moments where I looked over at the other guys and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was awful. That twist, the twist came out of nowhere. It meant nothing, and it led to nothing. But I like the way that it was resolved. And I don't know. Did you like the way it was resolved?
Oh God, yeah. The resolution was incredible.
Yeah. I like that part. Here's a question for you. Jamie Lee Curtis is the daughter of Janet Leigh, the star of Psycho, right? The famous movie Psycho about Norman Bates. Norman Bates was brought down at the end of Psycho by a man named Sam Loomis. Sam Loomis is the hero of the movie Psycho. He's the one who grabbed the knife hand of Norman Bates and kind of wrestled his wig off and said, no transvestites with knives are going to stab my girlfriend's sister. That's how the spoiler alert. That's how the movie ended. And so Sam Loomis is now the doctor in Halloween in a movie starring Janet Leigh's daughter. Now, is this the same Sam Loomis? Did the hero of Psycho grow up to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist who studies serial killers? What do you think of that?
It's a possibility.
Is this like 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
I don't know.
7 Degrees of Sam Loomis.
Kevin Bacon, by the way, was in Friday the 13th, the original movie, which was a spin on the movie Psycho. Instead of the mother turning out to be the son who's the killer, it was supposed to be the son who was the killer, but it turned out to be the mother. Another play on Psycho, starring Kevin Bacon. Thank you for bringing that up, Pastor Jeremy.
It's always a good reason to bring Kevin Bacon into a discussion.
Yeah,
it's very true. He's got the best death in that movie as well.
Well, have you guys watched Haunting of House Hill on Netflix?
Yeah, no. I watched the first one.
Fantastic. Fucking fantastic. I mean, it's so good. It's excellent. I've watched the whole thing. And it's not a hack and slash horror series. It's a psychological horror. Tons of layers. It's so good. It's got more layers than you can imagine, and it will go places that you won't expect. But it's great. It is absolutely great. So
I watched the first one and I did find it very good. And then I watched the first episode of Making a Murderer season 2, and I was like, "What the? That's guilty. Get this off. Get this guy out of here."
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
You were thrown in jail for a murder that you did not commit, and your entire community, supposedly, which is the case that I know people in the chat are going to get upset about this. But imagine being in this position. Imagine the whole, by the way, you're a person who used to set cats on fire. You stalked, harassed women. You were just, and the woman that you were stalking and harassing, and you'd invite her over, you'd star 67 your phone number as you called her and told her to come out, and all this stuff. And when she knocked on your door, you answered the door naked. And then this girl turns up dead, and her bones are in a fire pit in your front yard, and a bullet with her DNA in it is lodged in your trailer. And all this stuff, and her cell phone is on your property, and then you go, "I didn't do it. I'm being set up." So that's the world that you live in. That's the world that you live in, where your entire community, the law enforcement, all of it is they murdered a girl, and then they put all this stuff on your property just to put you back in jail, and then you just go to jail and go, "I guess I'm just gonna have to use my smarts to get out of this again. I'm just gonna have to study the law." That's your attitude. I'd be like, and I had a person making a documentary about me. I'd be like, "These motherfuckers, they put me in jail. This is a setup. I would be screaming and yelling nonstop about how this was a scam. And I'd say, none of this. Okay, so all of the evidence implicates you, but you're innocent. Got it. Perfect. Season 2. season 2. He's innocent, Marge. Can't you listen to the music of this documentary? It sounds so inspiring. He must be innocent. And people watch this. People watch this and they just go, I got to get this guy to jail. Don't get this guy to jail. He needs to be in the same jail that Michael Myers was put in at the end of Halloween, the new remake, Halloween 2018. Put him in that jail. Damn you.
It took me a second to think about what you're talking about. I was thinking, wait, oh shit, that one. Damn, okay. A bit harsh, but okay. I see what you're going
when
for.
you are innocent of a murder, there are not 18 pieces of evidence to kind of tie you to it. There might be one, there might be two, and they're easy. You can explain them away. You can say these are coincidences. That there are not 28 different pieces of information that tie you to this. But there aren't that many parts of evidence. And the idea that the police go around planting evidence to convict you while they're letting presumably a real killer, go free. This kind of stuff is being fed to normal people through Netflix right now. This kind of bullshit is going into their heads. Oh yeah, the police department, they like to convict innocent people deliberately while letting actual killers go free. And they all collude to do that. Everyone, the whole legal system colludes to do that. And then, this guy gets up before a bunch of different court cases, which we don't see. We don't actually see the court cases happening. We don't see the evidence being delivered. And every single time, juries of this guy's peers and judges call him dangerous, put him back in jail. Don't know why. He's innocent. He's a beautiful human being. Absolutely infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. This kind of stuff has to stop. This is bad. Chaplain Bear says, you've never worked with cops before. They can be crooked. Yeah, they can. They can. But the entire legal system, over and over again, every time this guy sits down and he's up, his case is up for appeal, they deny it. They send his ass right back to jail. Why? Everyone's mean to this guy. Everyone just hates him, I guess. God, it's awful.
Season 2 feels like a major cash grab. I haven't watched it. I watched season 1. But yeah, season 2 I don't think, to my knowledge, there's not any new evidence or anything that I know of. And so it really just feels like, and again, I don't really, everything is a cash grab that's made, so I mean, that's the point. But it's again, just like, this just really capitalized.
Somebody just said in the chat, they said, yeah, the glove didn't fit OJ, remember? And OJ was innocent. He's as innocent as this guy. It makes me so I can't watch Netflix. I can't.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I found a movie, and this is not hyperbole, that is worse than The Last Jedi on Netflix.
What's that?
I won't say it publicly because we're going to talk about it on our podcast on Thursday. I can tell you guys privately, but I mean this. I watched it with all the guys this weekend, and we all agreed that the movie we watched was more offensive than The Last Jedi. So just on Thursday night, all 1,000 of you, make sure you listen to World Class Bullshitters. It's not a cheap plug. It's an expensive plug. No, but seriously, this movie is shittier than Star Wars The Last Jedi.
What could possibly be more offensive than The Last Jedi? Is it like is it footage of the Jonestown Massacre? What in the world?
Are you pulling a Tony Schiavone on Monday Night Nitro? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important night in the history of professional wrestling. And then the next week, ladies and gentlemen, this is
No, trust me, folks, if you do not want to miss us, we were angry. We actually yelled like at the top of our lungs about how shitty this movie was. You just got to hear it from all the bullshitters. Trust me. I'll tell you guys off air, and we'll talk about it at a later date.
I can't wait.
Seriously, if you put me in a room with The Last Jedi or this other film, I'm going to watch The Last Jedi.
Oh, God.
It's not me exaggerating. Seriously.
Jeez.
Force Awakens, Solo, anything.
Can we end the show now? I want to know.
You got to wait. Everyone's got to wait until Thursday night, okay? Thursday night, 8:30 p.m., this channel, okay? I'll get into it. Trust me. You need to hear Dion's response as well.
Oh man! Real quick, I want to ask you guys. I didn't ask you guys this before the show, but apparently Brie Larson said something this week. I haven't really been able to find anything out. My chat was telling me what do you think about what Brie Larson said? Have you guys heard anything, or does anybody in the chat know what's going on? Apparently, she said
that critic crap because she might be reiterating, what she said before.
I mean, I think the Quartering mentioned something, but that was like that story I covered, a month month and a half ago where she talked about she doesn't need the opinion of white men, talking about a Wrinkle in Time, but that's the only thing I've heard. So, but my chat kept saying, and maybe they just thought that was updated. Maybe they saw the Quarterings video and they thought that was, something that just was recently said. So I was just curious. So apparently it's not making the rounds anyway. So.
No, because I'm excuse me, I'm looking up her on Google, and it says Brie Larson has a 7-picture deal. Ugh. And then Brie Larson was told to smile. She put a smile on the dudes and all this other crap. The whole Smilegate controversy with Brie Larson. So,
do you realize if The Dark Knight would have been made? I just thought about this when you said that. If The Dark Knight would have been made in 2018 and Joker would have said, "Let's put a smile on that face" to Rachel, that would have been deemed sexist. How dare him threaten a woman and tell her to smile? How dare him?
I'm just so glad. I'm happy and sad at the same time. I'm glad we have classic, iconic films, but I'm sad we can never get them again because some dickhead is going to be offended on Twitter, or somebody on the Mary Sue, or some person's just going to ruin the fun. So these filmmakers are going to go, "How can I avoid a controversy?" Oh yeah, and then they ruin their product in the making. So, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up now, because next time I watch The Dark Knight, I'm going to think of that. Thanks, man. So, Fan Advocacy Network, thank you very much for Super Chat. Return of the Jedi was the best movie. Jabba changed everything.
I loved Return of the Jedi. I'm still waiting for my Jabba the Hutt to come. I ordered the Sideshow Jabba the Hutt, and they said it would come sometime between October and December. So,
well,
I'm waiting.
Dude,
every day.
This isn't a quote of that Tom Petty song, but waiting is the hardest part. I waited on a part for my Halloween costume, and I found out it was in Pakistan. So, believe me, yeah. But waiting does suck. I hate you. Go every day. You go to the front door. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? I bet you when you get that Jabba the Hutt, you will just,
I'll be so happy.
As giddy as a schoolboy.
Yeah, I will. I will be happy. In the meantime, I went to Walmart today to buy pumpkins. Can you shorten it to pump? I went to buy some pump, and they had 2 things. I made 2 purchases today. One, I bought a Devastator, Transformers Devastator, Constructicons, complete set, repackaging, relaunch. Okay, so these look like exactly the original release from like 1988, repackaged, $75 at Walmart. No, $74 at Walmart right now. Everyone who I posted it on Twitter, everyone went, "Oh my God, that's $115 on Amazon." Yeah, go to Walmart and pick up one of these things. They are gorgeous. Now, Andrea, my wife, is like, "Are you going to open it or are you going to leave it in the package?" I don't know. I could do a whole video and open it and review it, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm so in love with this thing. I might go back. There was one extra one, like tucked back behind. I might go back and go buy 2 of them, one to keep in the package and display, and one to play with.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. And the other thing that I got is what are these things called? Kinder eggs. Okay, all right, Kinder eggs. You know what Kinder eggs are?
We're waiting.
Have them in Europe. Their Kinder eggs are they're chocolate eggs, and inside the chocolate egg is a toy. And then they put out a whole series of Star Wars The Last Jedi Kinder Eggs. I bought a whole crate of them. Now,
a crate?
I bought a crate of Star Wars.
What's the account on the crate?
There are a few. I'm not going to tell you how many. There are a few. I'm going to open these Kinder Eggs and see if I can find a Rose Tico toy inside the. There might be one. Yeah, it's from
just for you.
Yeah, I might do a video about it.
Do it.
Yes. Nathaniel Rourke says Kinder. Isn't that German for child? That's correct. These are yes, they're for children. These chocolate eggs that have little toys in them are meant for kids. They're not meant for 44-year-old men. I understand that. But they had Star Wars toys in them. I'm not going to eat the chocolate, Llama Gigante. I'll throw it away. I just want the Star Wars toys. Why are you guys like this? Why is the chat abusing me over this? Why?
Because they're jealous you have a whole crate for yourself and they don't get any?
They could have some come over and share these eggs. I'm not selfish at all. Now, by the way, these are illegal. Okay, so the original Kinder eggs are illegal because people were smuggling drugs in them across the border. Oh, they're just Kinder eggs. No, they're not. They're full of heroin, black tar heroin. You go to jail right now. But they made a special version that are only available in America where you can't hide anything in these. You can't, just the way they're set up. And these are the ones that I got. So these are the American version of Kinder eggs, and they do have Star Wars toys in them. And the toys they look good. They look good. No, I'm gonna throw the chocolate away. The unfortunate thing about them is you open up these chocolatey treats, and it looks like two balls. They're two chocolate balls, sitting in a pile of crap. Essentially, that's what the treat looks like.
Why don't you pull a Seinfeld and you take the toys for you and you give the other parts to the trick-or-treaters?
I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't feel comfortable giving balls and crap to kids. Balls. I don't like it. Can't do that. God. I can't do it. But I am going to find a Rose Tico toy. I hope. By the way, something tells me that they stopped making Rose Tico toys.
Doesn't mean you won't find them in every Walmart across America, though.
Well, I mean the original ones, but they'll still make Ray. They'll still make horrible Ray toys. We didn't make fun of Ray enough, I guess. They'll still make Ray toys. I can't find anything with Rose Tico anymore.
Well, you bought it all, man.
No, a new product, Jeff. New product. They're not making new product. I blame you for that more than me.
Okay, fine. Bring it on.
I see your videos making fun of Rose Tico toys.
Oh yeah, I talk about her in my next one.
Do you really?
I really do. She's just mentioned in a line, but still, she's in the video.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
well, I still blame you. I think they got embarrassed and they stopped trying to promote Rose Tico.
Well, yes, I'm sure Hasbro saw my Tower of Tico video. They went, shit, we got to fix that.
That was a great video, by the way. That was great.
Thank you.
That was a good video.
Still remember, Rose Tico's, that's how I found Ethan with his Rose Tico video. I was like, this guy's sarcasm is off the chart right now. So,
yeah. Somebody left me, people are still watching that video. I got a nice comment on it today. Somebody called me a dick. I'm glad that video is still being enjoyed.
Star Wars for Life says, love you guys, love the show, and as always, and I enjoyed the chat with everyone. Thank you, Star Wars for Life. PJF Fire and Ice, thank you very, very much. This is a $100 super chat. Jeremy, the super chat is to help you reimburse your savings account due to the hacker that screwed you. Sorry, brother.
Appreciate that. You guys have been great over on the Geeks and Gamers channel. Earlier we had an awesome live show. I had Jedi Bunny on, and it's fine. I mean, it's a mistake. I'll learn from it, and we'll be better moving forward for sure. So, but thank you so much for the support and the kind words.
I remember the day that happened, and you called us to let us know what was going on. So,
yep,
it's been a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah, I didn't check the Google AdSense number. I checked everything else, but it happened. And like I said, I'll just use it as motivation. That's what I do. I just you got to find things to motivate you and keep kicking ass. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Darth Catter says, "OMG, they're making NPC Star Wars!" Exclamation point.
They've already made it.
Yeah, last 3 years of it, my friend.
Yep.
Sketch Therapy, thank you very much. I'm a Puerto Rican veteran. They call me a Nazi. I've always worked against oppression, never wished it on anyone. Won't spend a cent on anything Disney. Reviewers got a review. I won't judge you. Love y'all. That comes from our friend Sketch Therapy. We all know Sketch Therapy, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Good dude.
Sent a nice super chat earlier during my live stream. So good people right there.
Oh, yeah, he's a big part. He's actually been involved with some of our live streams where he coordinated stuff. That's how I met Mike S. Miller for the first time and a couple of the other comic skaters. So Thank you, Sketch Therapy. David Stevens says, "Hey Jeremy, just correct you on my super chat yesterday that you brought up in the late stream. It's Ray can do anything except sell Star Wars tickets."
That's what it was, because I was talking about it on another live stream and I couldn't remember exactly how it was worded. So, but that's right. It's exactly right.
Black Angus Review says, "At EVS, what is the story of you and Renfamous? She's a mannish-faced cosplayer. Is Twitter her second job because she can't be making much for her?"
I don't know. There's no story, but I think you've nailed it. You know, you've got the broad outlines of the whole thing. So,
I gotta look up this person now because I'm really curious to who Renfamous is.
Yeah.
Are they? Let's see. If I could spell, my phone would like that. Anyway, I have a show. Pondimus Maximus says, "Hail High Council. I can't wait to see Ray beat Kylo for the 3rd time in a row. How can you guys not be excited?"
Oh, it's so pitiful.
Because we're terrible people.
We're man babies.
Yeah, the worst. McKinney90, thank you very much. At best, Plan 9 will try to rectify everything that's been... We're trying to rectify everything that the round-headed man baby ruined in The Last Jedi. Still fail miserably. And at worst, J.J. Abrams will somehow stoop to an even lower degree than Rian Johnson.
J.J. Abrams.
Uh-oh, there goes the Kinder Eggs.
There we go.
Look at this one has a dent in it. Has a dent. So I'm going to open it first. You've got Rey, and you've got soy-based Darth Vader on the front of this. All right, let me show you what I mean. So you open it up, and this side has the balls in it. Now, you can't tell me this doesn't look like balls. Hold on, let me... No. This has the toy in it. This is the side with the balls. This is very... I mean, this is... I worry about porn. When I do my Star Wars videos, I worry about it. And then this kind of thing happens. All right, so you take this off. I mean, come on. I can't... I can't eat this.
Are they salty?
I don't know. I'm not going to eat this. This is balls. I won't eat this. It's balls. All right, let's go. Let's look in here.
Ooh, who's it going to be? I'm guessing a Holdo.
No, C-3PO? It's a C-3PO with a red arm. Can you see?
That's not from The Last Jedi.
He's got a red arm. Hold on, let's put him here. No, it's not from The Last Jedi. By the way, it has instructions. Putting C-3PO on this platform, you might have fucked it up. But this comes with instructions. It says, put it here. Put this there. That's what I did. What does this do here? Oh, it shoots a projectile at your face. Projectile. It will go into your eyeball, I assume. Like this. Put this in here. Gorgeous. I don't know how that works, but yeah, so this is my C-3PO toy that I got inside. This is a crate. This is part of a crate of Kinder Eggs right here.
My question is, when the hell does C-3PO salute anybody in Star Wars?
I think he's like holding his head. Is he saluting?
I mean, it looks like he's saluting Luke Skywalker or somebody.
Yeah.
He's got his hand on his hip and he's, throwing up
on the hip. Yeah.
Or is he shielding the sun out of his eyes? Something else he didn't do.
Because that's a concern for droids.
Right, exactly.
People don't like it. People hate it. They're not happy with the C-3PO toy. All right, so we throw that in the garbage. Should I open one more or no?
Yeah, open another one. I'll read some of these super chats while you open up another one.
Go.
Swinging Cod says, "I took a crap last week. Watched 20 of my videos on why my prolapse rectum is EVS's fault. Hashtag Blitzkrieg. Also, talk on the Young Bluth BS if you can." Do you guys know what that is?
Nope.
Hold on.
Jason Youngbluth. Yeah. Jason Youngbluth is a cartoonist. He does a comic book that's pretty disgusting. This show is for kids, even though we say the F word like every other word. So we won't get into that too much. But yeah, Jason Youngbluth is a terrible guy who wants to destroy Comicsgate, which of course is a freedom-loving movement of comic artists who wish to make their own comic books. And this guy would like to destroy it. because he is a weirdo. That's Jason Youngblood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could go into more detail, but I won't at this time because I'm busy. This is hard to open. I don't know how a Kinder could open. Again, balls. How many more times do I have to be? This is harassment. This is starting to feel like harassment. You open an egg and you get balls. It's harassment. All right, let me open this one here.
Gojirify says, "Hail, high counselors." Thank you, Gojirify.
My God, not again.
Another C-3PO?
God,
you got to keep opening these until you get something besides the C-3PO.
But what if it's all C-3PO? What if I got an entire case of... Can I... Yeah. All right, keep reading those super chats. We'll keep going.
Michael Hand sent in a super chat that's just $10, so no message, but thank you very much, Michael Hand. Star Wars for life. What do you guys think of Wonder Woman pushing her movie until 2020? Do you think that was a smart move?
I haven't heard the details on it. I definitely am looking forward to Wonder Woman 1984, I think is what it's called, because I love the first movie. I think it's fantastic, and it's going to blow Captain Marvel away no matter when it comes out. So, but I haven't heard the details on it. But anytime, if they feel they need to delay something, I'm all for it. Just make the best movie possible. Don't rush it out like a lot of other these production companies do. Oh boy,
you
got Michael Jackson. I got Michael Jackson. Put this on the stand here, and then what it does is, here's what it is. This is a Darth Maul stand up. Here, you fold it in half and you stand it up like this, and then where's the projectile? Is this the no, the ray projectile's already in there. It came in there already. I don't know how you shoot it out.
So she fires a disc out of her ass to hit Kylo Ren.
That's right.
If that was in the movie, I may have a different opinion on it. But
yeah. So it's like that, and then you shoot a projectile out at Kylo Ren. All right,
man,
very good.
They did not spare any money on developing those toys. Top of the line.
Definitely top of the line. I'm very impressed with all of it.
To answer Star Wars for Life's question, I don't think it's necessarily an unsmart move. There is reasons for it, and I forgot them. I covered them this morning on Good Morning Pop Culture, but I don't think it'll hurt. Wonder Woman was really well received, so it's not going to hurt to push back the release date. If anything, it'll move it away from other stuff, other competition, and Wonder Woman will have her own space and make even more money. Mirror Jeremy says purple hair lady bad. I guess that's Vice Admiral Holdo, right?
Yep.
Oh, that is the worst Star Wars character I've ever heard or ever seen.
So unnecessary in every single way.
There's Rey again.
Like, if you look at her face, she's pissed off. I don't know what she's mad about.
Hold on. Well, the camera's more in focus on your knuckles than it is.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Let me see if there's any way that I can fix that by moving it back a little bit. I don't know.
Your hands are in glorious HD, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you. Yeah. They've never looked better, but why? Why is Ray so angry?
Well,
Ray, what are you so mad about?
It's so. Oh wait, you're actually just moving the camera. Never mind.
You gotta lock
Keira Knightley.
You gotta lock it onto him.
I did.
Yeah, people can see right. Okay, keep going. Keep reading.
Okay. Let's see. T. Allen. Oh, hail the high. Wait, sorry. OJ Martinez says, just showing some money love, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you, OJ Martinez. T. Allen says, all hail the high council. Disney doesn't do original. Support indie artists. I'm a huge fan of all of you. I can't wait for Stealing Solo and Cyberfrog. Jeremy, do you do Pensacon in February?
I might be there. I mean, I've been there the last few years. If I am, I'm just going to be there hanging out. I'm not going to be there at a booth or anything. I could have a booth. I'm not a big convention person. So, I mean, I'm going to be at Star Wars Celebration. But if you're going to be at Pensacon, if anybody's going to be at Pensacon, I will make a point to come to Pensacon to meet you. I'm just not going to be setting up a booth or a panel or anything like that.
Grand Inquisitor, thank you very much. For 9 to make money, all the people that will like the new trilogy will have to go see it 5 times to make up for me seeing episode 7 and Rogue One 5 times each, and bring multiple friends because me and my friends ain't coming. Grand Inquisitor, a lot of people and their friends ain't coming. Lord Asurman says, if I remember right, JJ said he wouldn't bring Luke Skywalker into The Force Awakens because his appearance made the new characters uninteresting, as if they were without him.
Well, I don't know if that was. You have to see if JJ said it, but it's as from what I know, and I'm drawing a blank on the guy that wrote Toy Story 3 that was brought in to write.
Michael Arndt, right?
Yeah, Michael Arndt. Michael Arndt came in to write the treatment for episode 7 before JJ was brought in. The struggle, I guess, that he had with the creative input was that Luke Skywalker was taking too much of the attention away from the new characters. So he was told, I'm assuming by Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, that we need to put more emphasis on the new characters. And Luke Skywalker's taking up too much attention, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then at that point, when JJ was brought in, because, JJ turned it down at first, and it took a while for him to come in after they had already started developing the story. So that's what I know. And again, it's just, if JJ Abrams should have looked at that and said, there's no way in hell I'm taking this song. You're telling me you don't want Luke Skywalker in episode 7? Get the hell out of here. That's what any man would have done. You know what I mean? But he didn't. So, and again, I'm a fan of JJ as a filmmaker, but just you can't do that, man. So it's pathetic.
Let's see. MW77 says, could Luke have teleported and not died?
Could, yes, but
didn't Mark Hamill come out today and say that the Force killed Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, he's posted out on Instagram and Twitter. So
Deshandra Morant says, what's the Bizarro version of the High Council? Cecil?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's a one-man Bizarro High Council. Love him to death, but I haven't heard from him in a while. Is he still okay? Is he still making videos?
Yeah, he drinks a lot. I was on his show last night, all night long, and it was fun.
Was he drunk?
Yes, of course. Would you like him on?
Sure, we'll get him towards the end. I don't care. I love having Cecil on. He's always fun. Jaded Fawn says, how do you feel about the Captain Marvel changing her comic origin story to not get her powers from a man, but she is born with them as Kal-El for the movie? Is she really born with the powers now? Is that a joke?
I don't know. I wonder if that's what people are talking about with Brie Larson. I have no idea.
Wow, the movie's going to be even bigger.
Oh, this movie's going to be so bad.
That is going to be the next big talking point
in
all of entertainment. Oh, Captain Marvel was such an achievement for women, but it's not.
Well, and all these NPCs are like,
Jeremy doesn't get views unless he talks about Star Wars.
Go look at my Captain Marvel videos and tell me that. Go look at my NPC videos and tell me that. But Captain Marvel will be the talking point. Captain Marvel videos do that. So
I will watch your Captain. Oh, I got a Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon.
Look.
That's so bad.
I got a Qui-Gon Jinn.
Dude, they're so lifelike, even for those little Kinder eggs. I'm impressed.
Oh man,
you can barely see it. It's all blurry. Is
that a rare Chase figure? You might want to try to sell it on eBay, dude. Collectors will buy anything with the Star Wars logo on it.
Yeah. Amazing. That is really good. Okay. That's all.
Evil Ash 3373 says, soy picture book men say Pie Man bad. Pie Man bad like Orange Man bad.
They've been saying Geek Man bad on my Geek Man bad, Geek Man racist.
OJ Martinez says, be sure to drink and super chat responsibly, boys and girls. The Goose Moose says, love me some High Council. Ethan, are you starting a GoFundMe for your boy Zach? I'm ready and waiting to donate. # kneel before Zayd. # I stand with your boy Zach.
Yeah, if he needs money, I've told him already. I said, if you need money to help sue the hell out of Mark Waid, we will assemble, we will cover you with cash. The Comicsgate will definitely do that because it's important. So far, he said not yet, but stay tuned. So he's still out of pocket on this lawsuit.
What is he suing Mark Waid for?
Tortious interference. So basically what happened was Mark Waid, who's not as smart as he thinks he is, found out that there was a contract between Diversity in Comics, also known as your boy Zach or Richard C. Meyer, and a comic book company called Antarctic Press. That Antarctic Press was going to publish Jawbreakers and distribute it. So that was the contract. Everybody knew about it. Mark Waid decided to go on Twitter and all over social media and say, I don't think he should do that. And I'm going to have a talk with him about it. I'm going to have a talk with the publisher of Antarctic Press and let him know exactly who Diversity in Comics is and that he's a harasser and all of these things. So then Mark Waid did actually call the guy from Antarctic Press. And the guy from Antarctic Press was scared and intimidated by Mark Waid's phone call and said so. He called up Zach and said, I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel. I'm too afraid of what's going to happen to me if I publish your comic book. These are mafia tactics, but it's also something called tortious interference, in which a third party gets in between a contract between two people and causes the people to lose money because of the agreement. That is against the law. That is highly against the law. Mark Waid is so stupid that he did it publicly and out in the open and left an entire social media trail about how he did it. So Zach is suing him for several $100,000. And every lawyer that Zach has talked to has said, yeah, this is pretty much slam dunk tortious interference. So that case is going. It is costing Zach money. I think he told me how much out of pocket he is so far. If he wins this case, or Mark Waid settles it, he's going to have to end up paying for Zach's legal bills. So Zach is hoping to win this case, or that it goes to some kind of suitable and acceptable settlement. But yeah, in the meantime, this is so important. It's so important that comic skaters feel safe to go ahead and publish their comic books, engage in business dealings with each other without NPC weirdos like Mark Waid getting in between and using threats, harassment, coercion to make it impossible for us to do business. That is vitally important to everyone. It should be important to everyone. So Zach's lawsuit, it's important that he succeeds. It's important that if he runs out of money, that Comicsgate does open up a GoFundMe to make sure that his legal bills are covered so that this case can come to a suitable conclusion that benefits our entire community. And it's a warning shot. Don't mess with us when we're just trying to put out our comic books, you freaks, you weirdos. Hillary lost. Trump is the president. We'll see it in 2025. But until then, shut the F up and stop trying to prevent us from doing business. So there you go.
I learned something new every week on the High Council.
Absolutely.
Mirror Jeremy says, Darth Animus is trying to make me fall to the dark side of the Anaforce by offering me a cookie.
Cookies always win. So I won't blame you if you fall to the dark side with cookies.
Sire J. Longstroke has a question for you. Ethan Van Sciver, what kind of deodorant do you like? Are you an Old Spice guy or more of a high karate guy?
No, I wear Polo, but Ralph Lauren. Or if I'm just going to buy cheap deodorant, I like Axe Phoenix. I think that smells really good. It's effective.
Austin White says the $400, it's a trap. Let's see. Black Angus Review says, my Cinema Squad prediction is like or Snoke pulls Gandalf the White. If it works with fans, they do it to Leia as she has the Force. Leia Poppins. Didn't work with Leia, though. Oh, that was... They were trying to sell a Hot Toys Princess Leia from The Force Away, or The Last Jedi, and I just thought, no one's going to want this toy. No one. John Tennett sent in a super chat that says, Jeff, P.O. Box is useless. Get something that gives you a street address, like a U.S. Glob Mail or something. Do you know what that is? U.S. Global Mail? I'll look into it. I gotta see what is the best, safest way. So I'll have to check that out, John Tennett. But thank you very much. I took a picture of your screen. NPC Board Cart says, and that's cart with a C, Jeremy. It's not Where's Waldo. It's Where's the Jeremy. Jeremy with an A. Jeramy.
It might be the comic we work on. How about that?
Ooh. Darth Tiberius, hail to the High Council. On a side note, I've been rewatching The Expanse seasons 1 and 2. It's everything that Star Wars and Star Trek should be. Plus, it reminds me of Battlestar Galactica and what made it good.
I haven't seen The Expanse.
Doomcock loves it.
Yeah, I think he's the one that he was telling me about it. So,
NPC Borg card again. Thank you very much. We are the Borg. We are Borg. Resistance is futile. We will assimilate and Toad turn Cyberfrog into Soyberfrog. Turbodunk says, I need more literally shaking Jeremy in my life.
That was good. That was a new character. It worked out good.
Yeah, I brought that one out a couple days ago, and people really enjoyed it on the live stream. So it hurts my voice to go that high for that long, so I can only do it a little bit.
Dante Reese says, Jeremy's words are so powerful. I can't.
I can't even. Did you see the let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This is I can't remember. I can't pull the tweet up, but one of the NPC accounts is, basically said, the other day, my 4-year-old daughter asked me, Papa, why is Orange Man complicit in sexually abusing women all over the world? And I looked at her. I was literally shaking. It's like, that's what these people do. They always bring their kids into it that are like so young to not even understand the dynamics of anything they're saying, but they use their kids to go against, whatever narrative they're trying to build, just like with Kristen Bell and Keira Knightley with the whole Disney movies. You guys hear about that?
Yeah, but what 4-year-old knows the word complicit?
No, exactly. That's the whole point behind it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. They bring up these kids that have no understanding of any of this stuff.
I love the kids. They're like all these woke 8-year-olds that go to their parents and ask them questions that their parents can't answer. It's just like, why would Americans? Why is Trump the president of the United States when he sexually abuses women, Mom? And then I listened to my 8-year-old say this to me, and I turned away. I had no answer for her. It's like, it's an 8-year-old. You're supposed to be a parent. You're supposed to be a grown-up and an adult. You don't have an answer for your 8-year-old about that stupid bullshit. You just say, because we had an election there, and that's the way things work. This guy was far better of a candidate than Hillary Clinton. And, even though Hillary Clinton, some say, won the popular vote, he won the electoral vote, which is actually a composite of he won a majority of states, and that's how this country elects its president, darling. And that stuff about him sexually abusing women was all bullshit, meant to keep him from achieving the office of presidency. Those who were suing him have, decided to pull their lawsuits. They are no longer suing him. And that thing about grabbing women by the genitalia, that's what he was trying to say, that's what rich people get to do because women permit them to do that. He wasn't saying that he was actually sexually abusing women, nor did he say that he ever did that himself. He just said that that's available to people like him. So go back to watching DuckTales and shut the fuck up. Now, that is my style of parenting for the most part.
Yep.
I respect that.
Yeah. And more parents need to be like that. Stop lying to us and stop lying to your kids. Stop being overwhelmed by your kids' stupid questions. Answer your children. Educate them.
Swinging Cod says, one of these women was Mara Jade until she was wiped from existence by the insidious KK. # EU forever.
Yep.
And she was good. Dante Reeves says, congratulations, Jeremy. Job well done.
Thank you. I don't know what I did, but thank you.
Either way, congratulations. You deserve that.
Yeah.
Mirror Jeremy says, respect Whammon with a K, and Mark Hamill is an SJW.
He is, but what? It's almost like what Hollywood person isn't at this point. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Tim Allen. Who else?
James Woods.
James Woods.
He's been awesome.
Yeah, he has been awesome.
He came down on Chuck Wendig, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Said Chuck Wendig understood prolapsed anuses. I was like, damn, dude.
And that's, there's so few that aren't. So, we realize that most of them are, and that's fine if they are. And if they're good at what they do, that's cool. But when they start shoving that into the entertainment that we are consumers of, that's where the problem happens.
Did you see the crazy SJWs went after The Rock last week?
No, somebody told me you talked about that on a live stream. I meant to ask you about that. What happened with that?
Some woman at Gawker said that The Rock wasn't black enough to play John Henry, and that it's offensive that he is involved with this movie.
Oh my God!
And then Dion went, "Oh, they're making a John Henry revival or some stuff like that," and Dion got really pissed off. He's like, "How's The Rock not black enough for this, that, and the other?" And it just, these crazy NPC SJW people, man, they just always got to find something to bitch about. So then they go after like the nicest dude in Hollywood, and it's like, lady, you're not getting any like approval points with this stance. This is just a dumb battle to have.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, they lose credibility every single day. Every single day they lose credibility with their nonsense. Did you guys hear about the PETA tweet?
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh boy, let me just pull it up so I can go ahead and read.
Tweet.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and read super chat while I'm looking for it.
All right, Dante Reeves says, "Mwahaha, hashtag Jeremy too." R. Kelly says, "Keaton is Batman. Bale sucks."
Well,
No. Keaton's awesome though. I like Keaton. Here's the tweet right here. This is from PETA. This is at PETA, their verified Twitter account, and it says, "Cow's milk has long been a symbol used by white supremacists. One more reason to ditch dairy." That is a real tweet that happened from a verified account. What the hell?
I'm gonna go have a steak in honor of that tweet.
Oh
Just
my
tomorrow,
gosh.
the biggest steak I can get. That's stupidity on a whole new level.
literally shaking.
Yeah, literally.
The good thing is the tweet has been ratioed. It has 10,000, almost 11,000 comments versus 1,600 retweets and 2,400 favorites. So it has been ratioed. So that's awesome. That's something Ben Shapiro taught me about ratioing a tweet. So if you don't know what that means the tweet has more comments than it has favorites or retweets. And so that's the sign that it's a bad tweet. Facts don't care about your feelings.
They don't care.
Boom. Demogeni says Notorious P.I.E., DJ Easy G, and Hef Knight, the Rap Council. Okay, I'll leave now. John Tennett also says that Christian Bale is rumored to be a hardcore Brexit supporter, donated hundreds of thousands of pounds, and a supporter of the conservative values of Nigel Farage. So, yeah.
I didn't know that, but that doesn't surprise me. So, Bale, he doesn't give a damn. He's just himself. You know what I mean? He's not trying to do anything for the cameras. He's not trying to say anything. He's just himself. And if that's the case, then I respect you. I don't care if I disagree with you. You know what I mean? But he's just authentic. I like it.
Craft75 says JJ started the sequel trilogy and now he ends it. At this point, JJ might as well do the middle movie too. Maybe he'll surprise us and title his movie Episode 8. Ha ha ha. Wishful thinking.
The fact that it's going to be this is going to be such a, and I think I said this last week or one of the weeks we were talking these last few weeks, Jeff, but this is going to be the most disjointed trilogy ever. There's no consistency in any of this. I personally do not believe that it will be a retread of Return of the Jedi. I think that they're going to, I know they hear the criticisms, they're aware of it, and I think that that JJ's just going to try to throw a lot at this movie, and it's going to be a complete disaster. And none of these movies are going to feel that they are connected at all. And that's what I'm pulling for at this point. You know, just at least give us something to remember it by. Hey, you remember that sequel trilogy that really had no connection to any of the films? That's a pretty damn good accomplishment, I guess, you know? So.
Well, we'll see. I am falling in the camp of, hey, nostalgia. They need to sell nostalgia with Star Wars because they could have done it fresh in 2015 and really started something great, but they didn't. And now they keep going back. That's what The Mandalorian is. That's what, what's the other thing? The other, well, no, they canceled that. I was saying they had a game coming out. All those types of things. They were going back to Boba Fett and Stormtroopers and this, that, and the other, where you don't have to pay for, all these characters to appear. You just have these masked characters that, oh, you played with the toy in the 70s and 80s. Well, therefore, you're going to buy this show now. So I think they'll be able to pull out a speeder bike-esque chase, a giant super weapon, and I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Kylo Ren redeems himself and then dies. There we go. Those are my guesses for the movie. Let us know in the chat what your Return of the Jedi parallels will be.
Of everything right now outside of the Clone Wars, that there's only one thing outside of Clone Wars that I'm excited for, and it is The Mandalorian. I am pretty not overly excited, but very cautiously optimistic, and mainly because I like Favreau. Filoni's directing the first episode. It was cool seeing George on the set with both of them the other day when they took the picture. That's the only thing that I'm really looking forward to right now, and it could be trash also. So
yeah, I didn't shit on the image or the idea because I like Jon Favreau as well. We'll have to see, but I won't see because I'm not paying for the Disney streaming service. Like I've told you guys on air many a times, that DC streaming service was a waste of my money. So these dedicated streaming services just aren't really going to be a thing for me going forward. And I haven't watched Titans yet. For anyone that's going to ask, I tried. I turned it off because it was that stupid. So that's my take on it. If you guys want to see it for yourselves, well, do what you have to do. But I will never watch it again. Oof.
Ted says you won't be when there's a chick under the helmet, Jeremy. No, trust me. I'm. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic. And again, it's not even about it being a woman. It's the fact that it's going to be forced identity politics bullshit, and that's what we're tired of.
Would it kill them to just give us something traditional in the terms of like a hero story or a villain story and not put 2018 politics into it? Make it about something more? Would that kill Kathleen Kennedy?
Yes. Would
well,
it?
Then they should make it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they keep doing this shit with Star Wars. It's like they're trying to make up for the past, and that's not what any of this shit's about these days. Stop trying to make up for the transgressions of the past. It's not my fault that Luke Skywalker and Han Solo were iconic characters, or that Princess Leia is an iconic character, guys. I'm sorry that only one of the three leads were female. We had a blonde and two brunettes. What about a redhead in Star Wars? You get what I'm going at? It's stupid to keep picking these things apart.
It is. I mean, when you know what? I want to address the serious issues going on in America and in the world. When are we going to talk about the pay gap in the modeling industry? When are we going to talk about the fact that women make substantially more money than their male counterparts? When are we going to discuss the real issues? Where are you at?
Discuss the fact that almost all garbage collectors are men.
Yeah.
Where
Let's get some diversity. Let's get some diversity up in here. Okay, let's get some female roofers. Come on, come on. Get your GCL boots out and let's do it. That's general contractor lesbian boots, by the way. GCL boots. Let's get some GCL boots on. Let's get them women up on the roof. Let's get some diversity in the roofing industry. Let's talk about the serious. We're going to talk about the serious issues. We need to talk about the serious issues right here. I'm just saying. Female garbage women. Because we're not going to just refer to them as garbage men, because that is sexist. That is implying that women
refer to all, SJW women as garbage people. Let's not get gender into it. Let's just call them garbage people. They are garbage. Yeah, these women are garbage people. Garbage people. Thank you.
Our friend Proper Jeremy sent in a message that says, Chucky Poo blocked me on Twitter because he's jealous that Frank Oz knows I exist and not him. Speaking of which, I'm with him now. He says hello.
Oh, Proper Jeremy getting the that's going to be his calling card forever now. Frank Oz knows him. That will be perfect. I'm telling you, if Frank Oz meets me and calls me Proper Jeremy, that will be perfect. The fact that Chuck Wendig went out of his way to block Proper Jeremy means he watches my videos. Because Proper Jeremy's never said anything. Proper Jeremy's only said things that Chucky Poo would agree with. So it's great.
Well, what else do you do when you lose your job? You sit on YouTube all day.
Yep.
Let's see. Sembertube says, it's so dense. Every single image has so many NPCs going on. That might be my favorite message of the night.
Did you guys see Kathy Griffin respond to an NPC the other day?
Yes.
That was the
hilarious.
Greatest thing ever. Did you see that, EVS?
No, I didn't see that. What is that?
So an NPC account tweeted, she made some tweet, I don't know, about her show or something, and an NPC troll tweeted to her and said, if you don't watch Kathy Griffith's show, you're a racist, or hashtag sexist, hashtag Nazi. And she retweeted it, and she's like, truth. And everybody's commenting below. They're like, "You just proved their point, you idiot!" Like you just retweeted an NPC. The whole entire thread was NPCs cheering her bravery. Like, you're so brave, Kathy. A lot of bravery this tweet took. A lot of bravery. Inspirational. Show the bad orange man. So good.
Yeah.
She's the worst.
Not a zombie. You're welcome for that, Jeremy. Were you the one that sent it to me? I had someone send it to me on Twitter, so that's when I retweeted it. So thank you if that was you, not a zombie.
Wheezy Bird says comics should take notes from manga. Manga, like One Piece, sells 10 million copies per year by having unique, great stories without injecting ridiculous SJW politics. Sounds like Cyberfrog and Stealing Solo, Ethan.
Yes, it does. It does.
Could you imagine selling 10 million copies a year of your own self-published book?
Imagine it. It's going to happen. It's inevitable.
I'd be happy with 1 million, but I'll go for 10 million as well. It's like winning the Powerball every year. Shit.
I won't be happy until it's 100 million.
Fine, I'm going for 1 billion copies a year. I want more people than there are in America to own. Buy 2 for each school, each school child. They need to hear about, the kidnapping of Harrison Ford in great detail. Bjorn, cool name, says, if you say gerbil 3 times, Richard Gere will appear. I always get all my political advice from celebs because they're obviously the most moral people.
We don't need to go into details, but most of you should probably understand that.
I get that reference.
Oh, that's funny. That was
007 Clouds' best part was the black kid and babysitter in Halloween 1 footage. I loved that little kid.
Yeah,
Julian.
that little kid was good. Mm-hmm. He didn't die. Well, I shouldn't spoil that.
Well, but did you notice that? Okay, so normally Michael Myers doesn't kill kids, but he killed that little gay kid in the beginning, remember?
That's right. That was homophobia. I was triggered by that.
I'm waiting for the articles on the Mary Sue. Michael Myers killed a potentially homosexual character. It's like, he shows no discrimination. He just kills.
No, I think he did show discrimination. He left the baby in the crib, and he left the little black kid. But he went the gay kid, nope. And the gay kid was like, Dad, I'll go fishing with you, but I really I don't want to miss dance class. And Dad was like, oh, well, I appreciate your being here. It's great. He's like, okay, Dad. And then they pull over the car, and the dad leaves because of, the circumstances. The dad is killed, and the boy is brave. He gets out there with his gun, and he's out there doing his thing, and still gets killed. What was the message behind that?
Don't shoot Turkish doctors?
Oh, no, do shoot Turkish doctors. But, I mean, why did that kid deserve to die? It was very odd. Very odd.
Harrison Ford. Sorry, Ethan. I don't think I'll be meeting any more fans for a while. Well, Harrison, we're not your friend. Your fans are your family now. Voorhees67 says, I told you guys Halloween was going to suck. Thank you, Voorhees67. 007 Cloud says, you guys should watch Goblin Slayer.
Yes.
World War I Flying Ace says the Titan with Sam Worthington is worse than The Last Jedi. It's not worse than the film that I'm going to be talking about on Thursday night. Trust me. The best part is the movie that we're going to tell you about is on Netflix. So we're going to do a watch along soon enough on the channel. I don't know if the High Council could handle it. It's just too spicy for the High Council, possibly. Let's see. Astro Lime says, you want to see pure garbage on Netflix? Watch English dub of AICO Incarnation. I nearly died watching all of it. P.S. Love you guys. I'm screenshotting that because I kind of want to watch something so cringe right now. I mean, not tonight because I got work to do on videos. But Astro Lime, there we go. Screenshot of that. Evil Ash 3373 says, Ethan, open Devastator and review it. Don't worry about keeping it sealed in the box. It probably will appreciate in value.
I will open it and review it on a video tomorrow.
Alpha Terranima says, Ethan's literally going to eat Tico's chocolate.
I would. I mean,
I know. Divine Jedi says at EVS, that Devastator sounds sick. I need that.
It is good. I mean, it's very, very good. It's right behind me in my toys to review pile.
You have one of those too?
Yeah, I got a lot of Legos because Legos take time to review. You have to actually put them together. So I got a lot of Legos stacked up back there.
I just have a box full of stuff from Big Bad Toy Store in my office. One day I will show it on camera, but until then, listeners, you can just hear me talk about my Captain America Civil War 2-pack.
Yeah.
Demogenize, or it's Gojirify says, no, yeah. Oh, Gojirify says, EVS just wants to say he has Rose Tico's eggs.
Well, I mean, you know.
Mirror Jeremy says, Seinfeld is better than Friends. Change my mind.
No, Friends is better.
It's not.
I can't believe
better.
They're not my friends. They're my enemies. They're a bunch of jackasses. I can't. Seinfeld is better. Seinfeld is definitely a better show. Better written.
I love Seinfeld, by the way, but no, Friends is great. Friends
but it's
is
all pretty
rewatchable.
mainstream. No, it is. It's all pretty mainstream. It's all pretty much crap. You know, all of that stuff. People, all those water cooler sitcoms in the 1990s, so that normies and I don't like it. Just regular people without senses of humor can talk about it at the water cooler at their office jobs the next morning. Sad. It's sad, and you're celebrating that, Jeremy.
I am.
Why?
No shame whatsoever.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's way better than Seinfeld.
I've never seen Curb, so
imagine that. You've got to see Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Jeff Bartlett says unsub from Jeremy. This is like the 357th time he has unsubbed to me this week. So it's okay.
You're fucking up, man.
Oh, they're killing me right now. They're killing me. So
Friends is crap. It's for people who like will laugh at anything. You know, it's not funny.
I'll laugh at your jokes, EVS.
Those people are
but they're good.
Yeah, my jokes are.
Ross and Rachel can only get together and break up so many times. I mean, I don't like either show, so I'm just that third party that doesn't like either. But I'll rip on either show. But
but the choice, if the choice is Seinfeld or Friends,
the only reason I don't even like Seinfeld, but I've seen every episode of Friends, so at least with Seinfeld it'd be something new. I don't, like I said, I don't want to watch Ross and Rachel go to England to get married, or something else happens, or Joey loses a movie part.
My question is, why
adopted a monkey?
Why have you watched every episode of Friends? That doesn't strike me as a series you would watch all of.
I didn't have cable as a kid, so every day at 7:00, Friends would come on, because at 6:00 The Simpsons would be on, and then I'll do my homework after The Simpsons. Well, if I watch Friends, I can hold off on doing my homework just a little bit longer. So that worked for like 10 years.
Can I give a shout out to one show that never gets mentioned? Well, there's two shows actually, and that's Home Improvement.
Yes.
And Wings. Wings was fantastic. But Home Improvement, like Tim Allen, is gold.
Best TV dad out there.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny. Just as we started getting to know each other online, I was working my way through Home Improvement on Hulu. I watched every episode this year. That show has, without a doubt, one of the worst endings ever. It's so dumb.
Yeah, let's see. I'm reading the comments. People are still mad at me. Unsubbing. All right, hang on. Wings is great. Resub to Jeremy. Yes, Jeff. Finally, because I was worried because this was like 30 seconds you were unsubbed, so I didn't know how I was going to save it. So, yeah, Wings doesn't get mentioned enough. Very underrated show. So Wings is great.
Is that the one with Tony Shalhoub?
Yep, and Lowell. Who was Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah. And the brothers, the Hackett brothers.
I like Thomas Hayden Church in the George of the Jungle movie. That's a Disney movie I can still get behind and say, I enjoy this. It's not great, but I liked it a lot as a kid, and I've watched it maybe 5 years ago. I was like, this doesn't suck completely.
All right, people are all right. I respect you a little more now, Jeremy.
No, the only good sitcoms ever made in the 1980s were movies about small black men pretending to be children. So Webster and Different Strokes. They got into the black midget thing. I'm sorry for using the word midget, but I like it. And those shows were really good. Webster was 45 years old, and he was like, he played 4. He played 4 years old as a 45-year-old man. Of course, for some reason, he was friends with Michael Jackson. Don't know why. Don't know why. I don't know why. Michael Jackson just, I don't know, they had a lot in common, I guess. And then, of course, Different Strokes. Even though my favorite character on Different Strokes is Willis. Willis is my favorite. Todd Bridges. Now, I've written 2 songs about Todd Bridges. I wrote 2 songs about him. One was called One Cookie for You, Willis. Because I met Todd Bridges at a convention. He was sitting in front of me in the limousine, that we took back and forth to the con. He didn't hold the door for me at the DoubleTree Hotel that we were staying at. He didn't. He just walked right. I'm like, my arms are full of stuff, Willis. He didn't hold the door. He just walked right in. The door slammed in my face. And as I struggled to open the door to the DoubleTree, I saw him walk by. By the way, he's very small. Willis is not big in real life. Willis is very small. And I saw him walk past the front desk, hold up 2 fingers as he was walking by. And then a lady at the front desk gave him 2 cookies, not 1, 2. And then he went to his room. And I was pissed. I've never stopped being angry at Willis for that. I was like, you see my arms? They're full of stuff. You couldn't hold the door for me? So I wrote a song about, again, that he's only really entitled to 1 cookie, not 2. Since I've learned that the DoubleTree gives you 2 cookies because it's the DoubleTree. But that doesn't explain why he held up 2 fingers. Like he was requesting. He should have just said, please hand me my allotment of cookies that turns out to be 2 because this is the DoubleTree. No, he specifically held up 2 fingers. If he had held up 3, would they have given him 3 cookies? Probably. Anyway, I've said too much.
No, I want to know more about your interactions with asshole celebrities in the 1980s.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I like those 2 shows. Those 2 shows are good. I like the idea of benevolent middle-class white people adopting 45-year-old black men who have progeria or whatever it is.
I Googled Emmanuel Lewis when you started talking about this, and my favorite picture ever on the internet popped up. It's a picture of Michael Jackson holding Emmanuel Lewis like a baby, and then his other arm is Brooke Shields, who's about a foot taller than Michael Jackson. So it's the creepiest family.
It is odd. It is odd how Michael Jackson. Oh, look, Michael Jackson's hanging out with the kid from Home Alone now. That's interesting. I wonder why. Oh, look, Michael Jackson is friends with Chris Cross. Oh, that's odd. Oh my
God, I haven't thought about
celebrity friends.
Chris Cross reference on the High Council. I just want to. That's amazing.
Yeah. I bet you 99% of the people listening do not know who Chris Cross is.
No,
Chris Cross.
I don't know. That's a.
You don't know that song, Jump?
No, I do. I do. I'm just saying. I love Jump.
Play it for you
I missed the bus. Oh, yes. Here we go. High Council about to play some Jump EVS style. Everyone, get ready.
Okay. I'm happy to do it. Happy to do a impromptu musical performance for the High Council. This was a big song in the 1990s. It goes like this. Jump, jump, the Mac that'll make you jump, jump, Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump, Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Don't try to compare us to another bad little fad, cause I'm the Mac and I'm bad, giving you something that you never had. I'll make you jump, jump, wiggle and shake your rump, cause I be kicking the flavor that makes you wanna jump. How high? Real high, cause I'm just so fly, a young, lovable, huggable type of guy. And everything is to the back with a little slack, cause inside out is wiggity 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 whack. Come with something to keep you jumping. R&B, ABD, bullcrap is what I'm dumping. So don't be talking about crisscross, we all that. So when they ask, do I rock, say believe that. Jump, jump, the Mac that'll make you jump, jump. The Mac that'll make you jump, jump. Crisscross will make you jump, jump. Jump, jump. The Mac that'll make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Crisscross will make you jump.
I had to mute my mic because I was laughing too hard.
Thank you.
For the 25 people that left, oh, you guys missed out.
Oh, man. That's one of the greatest moments in High Council.
That's better than when Mundane Matt appeared on this show.
Oh, that was phenomenal right there. That was amazing.
Oh, my God. I appreciate that. Obi-Wan 27883 says, are the Kinder Balls made with sea salt chocolate?
I don't know.
I've eaten Kinder Egg before, so I don't think so. Oh, God. Okay, where are we at? Kinder Eggs, chocolate balls. Kaltenbach says, Frasier's best. Change my mind.
I like Frasier. I like Frasier. Right. I can't say it's the best, but I liked it.
Better than Cheers. A lot of people love Cheers. I don't like that show. Let's see. David Stevens says Denny's with a smiley face.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Me and Jeff's gonna be going to Denny's one of these days.
I went to Denny's after WrestleMania 28, so I was on an emotional high watching The Rock beat John Cena, and then
That's what I was gonna ask you. Which one was that? I couldn't remember if that was Miz and Cena or if that was Rock.
27.
Okay,
that's a bad one. Hey,
Terrible.
real quick, what do you think about Roman Reigns?
I hate to wonder if it's a work. I don't think it is. Do you?
No, I think it's legit.
I think it's legit too. I think it's legit, and if that's the case, then it's absolutely awful. And Roman Reigns is from here in Pensacola. I've never been a fan of Roman Reigns, the performer, at all, but as a person, he's a good dude. He's got a good reputation here in Pensacola. And obviously, man, it sucks, and I do hope he comes back. And it's going to be a hell of an ovation if he comes back and starts kicking ass again. So,
Ethan, just to fill you in, this wrestler Roman Reigns announced yesterday that he had leukemia. Again.
He's had leukemia for 11, but he's had it for 11 years, and this dude looks like he was etched from stone. Like, you would have never thought he had any sickness. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is in shape. He's The Rock's cousin?
Yeah,
Rock's cousin, and
it's terrible. I'm sorry to hear
shocking. I mean, he's pretty much one of the top guys. They've been
champion.
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying to push him a little too hard in terms of like the creative direction, and they really keep him buttoned up. But he's there. He's the guy. He's the future of the company, and it shocked the hell out of me when I heard that announcement.
Yeah, they announced it on live TV. He's like, I have leukemia. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I got the notification from Bleacher Report on my phone, and I'm like, is this a work? And the more I looked into it, it doesn't seem like a work.
Yeah. I talked about it on Good Morning Pop Culture. Like, I'm like you, man. I was never a fan. I'm not gonna act like I was because he's sick now, but that's terrible. Like, I can't even make a joke or try to add levity to the situation. It's rough. Like I told other people, my uncle has leukemia. He's been alive for 14 years, so Roman Reigns can just keep on trucking. Hopefully.
Yep. Yeah, that was shocking though.
Fan Advocacy Network says J.J. Abrams' twist will be Slave Ray in Episode 9.
There's no way in hell Disney will ever do that.
Would you want to see it anyway?
Not really.
She's been living by herself on a desert planet. I don't think she's going to be,
I find Ray to be, or Daisy Ridley to be an attractive girl, but you know what though? Like, didn't Disney kind of like, haven't they distanced themselves from the Slave Leia outfit and so there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
The funny thing is, Carrie Fisher herself was never embarrassed by it like that.
Dude, there's no telling what Carrie would be saying about Disney Star Wars right now if she was still here. She would be running her mouth. That's probably why they wanted to go ahead and get Harrison out of it. And they're like, look, we can't control this guy. He's probably going to call us out. Just like when he was a Star Wars Celebration. And they're like, are you excited for the Solo movie? He's no.
At least he's honest.
Yes.
That was great. I love Harrison Ford for that. He just grinned and said, nope. No.
George was standing right there too, and they both were laughing. It was great.
Let's see. World War I Flying S said EVS is starting to sound a little testes.
Testes?
Oh, because of the balls. The balls. Yeah.
David Cook says, my God, this has been one of the best high councils. 10 out of pi. Can't stop this muff train. What the hackers? Bowls in shit. Bah. Thank you. David Cook. Observer Dude says, whatever happened to the people of Alderaan after the planet was destroyed in episode 4? Surely some of them weren't on Alderaan at the time. Did Leia become queen after Return of the Jedi? I don't know.
Yeah. It's so hard to speculate on that.
I guess she really wouldn't be the queen since the planet's gone. I mean, I'm sure if you go by the old EU canon, they've probably covered it, Observer Dude. So I don't want to leave you hanging on your question. Maybe look up Star Wars Legends canon on the on Wikipedia, and that can fill you in with all the questions you may have.
Oh boy, he's back at it.
Dante in Ravenna says Von Skyva's High Council ignores immortal worlds. Was that another 3PO?
Yeah, it's another 3PO. I got Finn. Okay.
Whoa, he
got
looks
Soy Base
terrible.
Vader. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I got a Stormtrooper. Yeah. So those are the 3 new. But I mean, I keep getting doubles of everything. Obviously,
Party Omsivi says, popping in from Dankula's stream. Missed you guys. We missed you too, Party Omsivi. Star Wars Bot says, no reveal, Jeff. You really are a world-class horse ass.
Why would you say that about Jeff?
I don't know. No reveal? You mean I wasn't on camera? You missed the live streams. We did 2 live streams on Saturday with us on camera the entire time. So sorry, Star Wars Bot. You missed me. DeMille Jr. says, episode 9 spoilers. Ray's angry duckface queef. First order falls. Credits roll. I would watch any film with an angry duckface queef, but that's just me. Spidey Flash says, why in the world would the Force kill Luke? Well, Spidey Flash.
Why in the world would Rian Johnson even get this job? But no, yeah, it's a good question.
It is. It is. Here's an even better question from Bagel Goose. How do you guys feel about EVS being a nudist?
I'm not a nudist, and I specifically said that. I specifically said I am not into nudism. I find it slimy and reprehensible. Yeah, he's lying.
Gimpy Troll says, EVS, why do you still have Ian on your shows? He's a hypocrite, backstabbing doxer involved in underhanded ops with the likes of Sargon.
Who?
Ian. I don't know. Gimpy Troll asked that question. EVS, why do you still have Ian on your shows? He's a hypocrite, backstabbing doxer involved in underhanded ops with the likes of Sargon.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't follow stuff like that, Sorry.
Alec Munoz says, EVS, any new Limey attacks from Michael Landon?
Yeah, Michael Landon and his wife Carolyn Landon, they have a channel called Channel 0X, and they're 2 crazy British people who are very upset that they couldn't get on my show, and I don't blame them. Everybody wants to be on my show with me opening Kinder eggs. Everyone likes it. They asked me once, they asked me twice. Apparently I ignored them. I ignored their request to be on my show, even though they opened an Indiegogo campaign, counting on it. They were banking on me, inviting them into my home and into my heart and onto my show so that they could make, I don't know, $600,000, which is, what happens to everybody who's on my show. I apparently, because I did not answer them and allow them to come onto my show, which was their right, they have decided that I have derided them. They considered that to be derision. And they have made a series of videos calling me out. It's called Blitzkrieg. I am under strafing attack from these British weirdos. So Blitzkrieg is the new kind of thing that's going on in my live stream as we listen to their batshit insane YouTube videos calling me names. And we go through that. So no, I don't plan on having them on my show unless you mean just playing their crazy videos.
Well, now I'm looking them up because I have to know.
Yeah, they are insane. They're crazy. They're like Ethan Von Skythe, like that. The woman sounds like I'm not even kidding. The woman sounds like Cruella Deville. I'm gonna get those puppies. She's like, Ethan Van Skythe, why are you so afraid of us? Why are you so afraid of us, Van Skythe? Why? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I wasn't before, but now I am. Now I'm afraid. And they do they do make fun of other, comic skaters, and they're just like, your Lieutenant John Malin, he invited us on his show, and he spent half an hour criticizing our book. We didn't ask him to criticize our book. He eviscerated our book. God damn him. And it is totally insane. So we'll do that again tonight. She did put up more videos. I think she's making fun of Antonio Bryce in her new video. We'll go through that after the High Council's over.
You sound just like the merchant from Resident Evil.
Really?
Yes.
I'm just doing a fairly good impression of this woman.
Let me see if I can pull the merchant quote up.
Is that number 4 you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Let's see. Hang on. Here
Oh, we
says
got
all,
another thing.
says all merchant quotes from.
Thank you. I'll buy it at a high price. Some rare things on sale, stranger.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
Yeah, I could do that. But that is how she sounds. I mean, it is hideous. It's very, very strange.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. It's just. Ugh. Can you imagine that being your mom?
Rock-a-bye, baby, on a treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. Good night.
Holy shit.
I hate sleeping.
Yeah, I'd be terrified. I'd be absolutely terrified.
I don't think any guy would want to sleep with that voice, but hey, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
The Honest Review says, celebrate Captain Marvel buying Wonder Woman on Blu-ray.
I like that idea.
Yeah. I mean, I already own 1 copy of Wonder Woman, so I don't know. Somebody can gift me an extra copy. Cesare Japan says, Jeff, UPS store has mailboxes if one is near you. All right. Well, I will look at what, I will look at what's going on. Turbodonk, thank you very much for your big super chat, 2112. Orange Man bad. Orange super chat good.
Ooh, I like it. I think I got tomorrow. I'm making a Captain Marvel video tomorrow, so everybody be on the lookout for that. Let's see if we can get that one over 100,000 views like the last few, or at least 90. And we're pushing towards 90,000 subs. We're almost there, Geeks and Gamers. So good job, everybody. Appreciate the support.
Congrats, man. Zebulon Pike says, just wanted to say hello. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Zebulon Pike. Thank you for the $2 message retracted. Herpicus McDurpington says, glasses of milk for the working council. Thank you, Herpicus McDurpington. Shit, we could buy gallons of milk.
Swig of milk for the working man.
Ooh. NPC Jeremy's back. PETA, milk from cows was so 2 years ago. Get woke. Blue milk from space cows is true oppression. You're not NPC enough. We will destroy you.
Very nice.
Sketch Therapy, thank you very much. GoFundMe for Zach. Count me in. Mark Zaid sieged my Twitter. Yes, Mark Zaid. He's Mark Wade's lawyer. No, not kidding. Mark Wade hired Mark Zaid as his lawyer.
That is correct.
Commander Rose Tico says they want to use nostalgia as a cudgel to get us into the theater, but we won't give them anything we actually want. It's weird. But they don't give us anything we want, actually. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know what a CUDGEL is. Is that a word I'm missing out on, guys?
CDGL.
No, CUDGEL. Cudgel?
I don't know that. You're asking me?
Yeah, man. You have like 1,004 personalities. One of them might know.
Well, that's true. Proper Jeremy might know. No, I don't know that one though.
Mirror Jeremy is here to say Disney is so progressive, but stick to an Oscar-winning actress in Lupita Nyong'o and a CGI character as Maz.
Yeah, that wasn't very woke on their part. You know, how dare they hide a minority female? You know how many woke points they could get for that? Come on.
It's not like Star Wars had that in 1983 with Oola, Jabba the Hutt's dancer. But hey. Wow, you went for the special edition.
Oh yeah, just to annoy everybody. Yes. So that is the cringe. That is the ultimate cringe right there.
It's as cringe as Yub Nub. I'll say it. I'll say it. I like the original Jabba the Hutt's Palace song. That's a pretty cool song. Lapty Neck. It's got a decent rhythm to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Swinging Cod says, I don't grasp the logic of Disney streaming service. Now that they own 67% of Hulu, which already has a large subscriber base. Maybe it's a tier package. What do you guys think?
What was the question?
I don't grasp the logic of Disney streaming service. Now that they own 67% of Hulu, which already has a large subscriber base.
Do they own 67%? I thought they only had 33% of Hulu.
Fox had the other.
Oh, okay. So I don't really know. I mean, Disney had a deal worked out with Netflix at one point, and then they obviously had part of Hulu, and then they decided to do the streaming service. it's hard to know what their logic is here. I mean, all the new Disney movies are still hitting Netflix right now. You know what I mean? And didn't I hear correctly that the Netflix Marvel series are staying on Netflix?
No, 2 of them just got canceled.
No, but I'm saying moving forward, if they're gonna be like the streaming platform for them will be Netflix. If maybe I heard wrong.
I know is that there is no R-rated content on the Disney streaming service, and that it's significantly cheaper than Hulu and Netflix.
So if there's no R-rated, there's no way they can put Daredevil or Punisher on there.
Nope, those shows will die. Sadly, yeah. Those shows are great. From what I haven't seen season 3 yet, but by the way, folks out there listening, I got Razor Fist coming on our channel in November to discuss that. So subscribe to World Class Bullshitters because I got a Razor Fist crossover coming up really, really soon. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to be able to pull that stuff off because these shows are violent as shit. I mean, you saw Daredevil season 1, right?
Oh yeah, I love Daredevil season 1 and 2.
Yeah, I loved them both.
And Punisher? I wouldn't even let my kid watch Punisher, because I'm like, Punisher's my favorite. So John Bernthal's amazing, and they cannot weaken those series at all. If they do, they are ruined. I mean, those are fantastic series. I haven't seen season 3 of Daredevil yet. I've heard some people say there's kind of like this Kingpin Trump kind of undertone, but other people have told me that's not the case. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that there's no wokeness involved that's going to ruin it for me.
Yeah, I don't want wokeness ever.
Ever.
Let's see. Spidey Flash says, "Hey, Jeremy, you should ask World Class Bullshitters and Ethan what they think of my idea to fix episode 8 and episode 9 that I sent you on Facebook."
Let me see if I can pull that up.
While you pull that up, let me read Nathan Peters' super chat. Ethan, as a representative from the UK, I would like to apologize for them crazies from earlier. Just know they don't represent all of us. Keep doing what you're doing, High Council.
I know Nathan that. I'm gonna actually say something here because some people were like, "Hey, those people are not. They do not represent the United Kingdom." No kidding. I have nothing but the highest respect for the British. I love you guys. Absolutely love you. I don't like the Welsh. Screw the Welsh. But I mean, I really like most of you. You guys are fantastic, and I understand that. Most people are not like that over there. I do adore. I'm an Anglophile, as they say. Love all your music, love your culture. Not crazy about your food. I don't know what the mushy peas are. I don't know what that's all about. But the meat pies are good. So I love the British. I just want you to know. Thank you. I'm not eating Kinder chocolate. Those of you who are accusing me of that,
I was wondering that same thing.
I'm not.
You are my friend. I would never accuse you of doing something like that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that trust. I appreciate that very much. When I say that I'm not going to eat this stuff, I mean it. I'm not eating this.
Gojirify says General God, I can't speak. General Contractor Jeremy is my new favorite character.
So did we have a new Jeremy born tonight? General Contractor. That's beautiful. Add it to the list. Caitlin Alba, who keeps up with all the Jeremys. So
your GCL boots.
Yeah.
That's the name of the football league I had to play in high school. So I'll never forget those letters. Did you find the thing from our friend Spidey Flash?
Yeah, I'm waiting. He's going to send me a condensed version of it. So,
Fan Advocacy Network says you are all missing the deeper meaning of what Mark Hamill said. Like Skywalker was killed by the Force, and the Force is female. Women killed Luke.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That is
NPC true. Borg Cart says frog leg pie for breakfast.
Ew.
Don't talk about food right now. I'm very hungry. So
I'm not.
Mark Hamill's here, guys. He says, "Hi, Ethan. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, too, Jeff."
Hello, Mark Hamill.
Hi, Mark Hamill.
What's going on, Mark?
Don't be jealous. Aaron Cook says, "Can we all take a moment to appreciate that soy boy who was harassing the 9/11 widow getting fired?"
What was that?
Is that the one that did the karate kick or whatever? The roundhouse?
No, that was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. Because like the guy, thumbs up, thumbs down, strike a pose, roundhouse kick. I'm like, what the fuck? But no, I'm assuming this is something else because I've watched that video about 25 times.
No, I don't know about this other story. Can somebody remind me of what happened?
Let's see. 9/11 widow harasser.
John T-Net says some idiot harassed a 9/11 police officer widow.
What a jackass.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
That's absolutely crap. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to someone, Eddie Castillo, for sending money to my PayPal because of what happened. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. So just thank you so very much for that. I just want to give
you could send money to my PayPal for what happened to Jeremy. I would appreciate that too.
I mean, I'm his friend. I was hurt and scared too.
Please. Literally shaking. Like Ethan called me. Ethan was like, Jeremy, I am literally shaking right now. It was a very emotional time for Ethan.
I broke down. I said, "This is not okay." Like that. Yeah. And then I started to cry.
No, but I want to know more about this situation with the 9/11 widow because so the person lost their job.
Well, hold on. It says report. Public now know the idea of man who accosted 9/11 widow, and so does his ex-employer. A man who gained social media infamy for berating a 9/11 widow during a counter protest in Portland, Oregon, is now without a job after his identity was apparently discovered. The man was taking part in the latest of a series of clashes in the hipster metropolis between left-wing Antifa groups and one side of right-wing organizations like Patriot Prayer and Proud Boys on the other. For all the nauseatingly violent Antifa videos we've seen coming out of Portland in recent months, it was the verbal assault against the 9/11 widow that seemed to stand out the most. In the video, the protester committee heard telling the woman she's a fucking snarky little idiot, and he was not like your cop boyfriend who is going to knock you out. My husband died on 9/11, the woman in the video said, pointing to her NYPD hat. Hold on, it gets worse, Ethan. Good. NYPD is a bunch of sodomizers, sodomizing immigrants with their bully stuff. The man responded.
Sorry, go ahead. Say that again. 9/11. They're a bunch of. Wait, go ahead.
They're a bunch of sodomizing Good. NYPD was a bunch of sodomizers, fucking sodomizing immigrants with their bully sticks. The man responded, seeming to reference the case of Abner Luima, a Haitian immigrant beaten after he was arrested by the NYPD during the 1990s. The man added that her husband should rot in his grave. Ugh.
What a terrible son of a bitch.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He got fired from his job.
Initially, viewers mistook the man for a Portland-based professional skateboarder named Charles Wilkins, according to the Oregon Live website of the Oregonian newspaper. Wilkins told KGW he had been threatened on social media because of the incident. But according to the independent website Milne News, online sleuths have identified the man in the video as Steve Wilson, who goes by the name Salvad Orwell Wilson. Subtle. On social media. On his Facebook profile, Wilson identifies himself as a data specialist at Self Enhancement Incorporated. More importantly, however, he was also a fan of AK Press, the same left-wing publisher that our friend in the video was repping on his jacket. While we haven't heard any confirmation that Wilson was the only one involved here, a statement from his employer, or former employee, seemed pretty close to definitive proof that there was some connection. Stephen Wilson is no longer an employee of SEI. Saturday, a tweet read, "His behavior does not represent the values of our organization and the high expectations that we have for our employees."
Yeah, and it wouldn't, would it? To act like that, to act like a monster like that to people. I'd like to consult Jeremy Osteen.
Hello, Uncle Ethan. How are you doing? How's that 600,000 doing? That's what Jeremy Osteen wants to know about.
It's doing just fine. It's just sitting in my bank account. You're not getting it.
Okay, well, just letting you know, Jesus is waiting. Jesus is waiting.
He's always waiting. Jesus is always waiting. I'd like to read a quote. We'd like to pray for a minute to Jeremy. Jeremy chose you because he knew you could handle it. You have the courage, the strength, anointing, and favor. You're not weak or lacking. You're full of can-do power. Yeah, you didn't come this far to give up. The people that see dreams that come to pass are the people that stay committed to Jeremy. And that's all of you in the chat. You may think you have plenty of reasons to give up on your dream. Think that it's never going to work out. You've had disappointments and setbacks. That's all part of the process. When you get knocked down, you have to get back up again. Jeremy didn't bring you this far. Believe you. Did he? You may have enemies coming out against you, but you have an advantage. Jeremy has placed you out of reach. They cannot defeat you. They cannot keep you from your destiny. Stay confident in Jeremy. Keep your peace in Jeremy. Because sometimes the reason we're frustrated is that we're trying to change things that only Jeremy can change. You can't make people do what's right. You can pray to Jeremy for them. You can encourage them, but they have their own free will. Don't let them steal your joy. Wamen.
I love the passion EVS has.
Aren't we all better people for that?
It's so great. It's so great. Good stuff. All right, real quick. I've got this. Let me see. So, episode 9 could introduce the idea that Snoke used the Force to manipulate Luke, almost killing Kylo. So he manipulated Luke with the Force. That's why he wanted to kill Kylo. And episode 8, Luke was the way he was because Kylo also killed Mara Jade along with his Jedi Order. Also think that they could have Luke teleported Ahsoka in for advice instead of dying at the end of 8. So Ahsoka using the world in between worlds aspect from Rebels to pull Luke out of that situation instead of him dying. So I thought he made some good points with the whole manipulating Luke and why that's the way he was. I thought that was that would be pretty cool. I don't think they're going to do this, by the way. I just thought like if you were going to save it, explaining why Luke was not Luke and why he was Jake Skywalker, and it would be great if they actually said, yeah, he was actually Jake Skywalker in the movie. Like that would have been great. But I thought it was pretty good points.
I don't know Star Wars Rebels, so the world between worlds is lost on me. I'm sorry. I don't. That sounds fine, but I don't know enough about what you're referencing to give you a deeper answer.
Yeah. So for anybody that hasn't seen it, spoilers. But at the end of season 2, Ahsoka and Vader, which it was a pretty it's one of the greatest moments ever. Vader have a showdown. She actually destroys his mask and she actually sees Anakin's face. And that's when she discovers truly that is Anakin, her former master. And the show ends on a cliffhanger, and it makes you think that Ahsoka is dead. And it took like 3 years for Filoni to actually, pull his trump card because he held it that long. And season 5, I think it was like the second to the last episode of the series. Ezra goes into this this world in between worlds where there's all these portals, and he opens a portal and he sees Ahsoka and Vader's about to kill her, and he pulls Ahsoka through. And so that's the world in between worlds, and it's freaking awesome. So
is that
a lot of people yeah, and it was controversial. While everybody was blown away by it and freaked out, there were definitely some critics of it by bringing the time travel element into it. So yeah, let's see. I'm trying to see what people are saying, but that's the only thing that's in Star Wars right now that could actually they could use to save Luke to do the world between worlds. They won't. I know that. I really don't want Ahsoka involved in the sequel trilogy. Filoni's not going to allow it anyway. So season 4, my bad. I couldn't remember if season 4. It's because when they do these season breaks, I get confused on if that's the next season or whatever. So season 4 of Rebels is when that happens. So, but yeah, so that's the gist of it right there.
Our friend Deshanji Moret says, since you guys don't know how popular One Piece is, the series is close to reaching Batman lifelong sales. Wow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of comic books sold.
Yeah.
Mark C says, Uncle Ethan, the current Star Wars area in Disney World has a Rose Tico shrine.
I know that.
Morty Mills has a great point. Friends is the Big Bang Theory of its time.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, EVS, did we put a Rose Tico figure in that tree?
Yeah, of course we did.
Can we need to get someone in Orlando to go check out and see if that is still there?
There's no chance that that's still there.
Dude, what if it was? What if it was? That would be
not
awesome.
even for free. Not even for free would they take a Rose Tico. It's right there in a tree. Nobody would see you take it. It's been there for a year. But yeah, not even for free. It's still there in the tree. Absolutely crazy.
Discount Rockstar says, my first time back in forever, and the first thing I hear is Jeremy saying Friends is better than Seinfeld. What the fuck, bro?
Awful. Just awful.
Facts don't care about your feelings. So
Well,
Jeremy has the final say. It may have been meant for your harm, but instead of being a stumbling block, Jeremy will turn it into a stepping stone that will take you to the next level. The next level. If you're going to reach your highest potential, you have to stay committed. Make up your mind that you're in it for the long haul. It may be difficult. You may have a good reason to walk away, but Jeremy won't let you take the easy way out. Thank you.
Wamen.
Discount Rockstar also says, okay, just redeemed himself with the wing shout out. So you're good in the Discount Rockstar's eyes, Jeremy.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Discount Rockstar is cool anyway. We go way back. We go way back to the early days of Geeks and Gamers.
Mark C says, the 80s gave us the cinematic Gary Coleman masterpiece, On the Right Track. I have never heard of that film. Have you guys?
Mm-mm.
I guarantee you it's not as good as DC Cab. Sorry, Mark C. It's just, was it facts versus feelings, Jeremy? Is that what you've been saying?
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Ben Shapiro.
On the right track. Let's see. Cormoran says, my little big brother says midget is okay to use.
I care about your feelings, by the way. I just want to point that out. Ladies, I care about your feelings.
What's the NPC terminology for midget these days? What is it?
Wee man?
Is it wee man?
I don't know.
Oh, it's little person. Is that what you're supposed to say? Little person. Is that what it is? No.
Did you just call them by their name?
Yeah.
Who are the racists now? Actually, that would make sense. Anyway, though, Demogenai says, I know crisscross. I used to rock cross colors.
Cross colors, the clothes. I remember those clothes.
007 Claus says, Jeff, stop muting yourself when you laugh. Yeah, but I don't want to ruin the replay of Ethan playing Jump by Crisscross.
That was legendary.
It was. Next time, Ethan, can you play Jump by Van Halen? Redo
Yeah, you want to hear it right now?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Woo! All right.
Thank you.
Let's see. Comrade Commodore says, one day notifications will work, but today is not that day. Listening tomorrow, bros. Thanks for giving me stuff to listen to while I work. Gives us a big bicep. So thank you.
Always, Comrade Commodore. Always supportive. Appreciate it, bud.
Todd Rector says, Halloween 2018 was disappointing. Todd Rector is a big fan of Michael Myers. He has told me about his NECA Michael Myers, his McFarlane Michael Myers. So I know this dude knows his Michael Myers stuff. And, Todd Rector, catch me one of the mornings. We'll go more in depth about my Halloween. Maybe this Thursday night we'll talk about it again with the guys. So if you guys need some more Halloween in you, wait till Thursday for World Class Bullshitters, episode 146. Gajirify says, Grace Randolph is saying Wonder Woman is delayed to rework it as a Flashpoint movie.
Oh, yuck. All right, yeah. Whatever.
Deborah LePage, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. No message, but we still appreciate it. Bjorn says, those are not Kinder. They have a chocolate shell.
I don't know enough about it.
OJ Martinez says, OMG, guys here at work are looking at me like I'm on crack. Listening to EVS do crisscross. Pure high council gold. The NPC board card says, no, it's going to be Slave Emo Ren. Swinging Cod says, hey, what helps is more becoming bone marrow donors. I did it for a 7-year-old girl whom I have never met. It wasn't as bad as you think. Weak for a few weeks, then you get sick for 6 months, but you save a life. Do it. That's what Swinging. Bagel Goose says he admitted it to me on Rakaita Law. EVS asked me if there should be more nudist colonies. The one time he directly talked to me.
No, there should be less nudist colonies. Fewer of them. Not more. Put your clothes on. Damn you.
GRP Poll says, Hail Caesar War campaign tonight will be great. 007 Close says, watch Mega 64 where a guy is out in public as Resident Evil 4's merchant.
I've seen it.
Is it good?
Great. Yep.
Justin Schroeder, thank you very much. Michael Landon rose from the grave just to start a British YouTube channel to harass Ethan, and now he's British. This is the
Highway
weirdest
to
episode
hell.
of Little House on the Prairie I've ever seen.
It is weird. I don't know why me. I don't know what I did.
Everything, Ethan. Everything.
Zero
You're
Fox.
literally responsible for everything.
Well, I didn't mean to be. I'm sorry.
I'm just happy I got credit for the solo boycott. I think I got top billing over you. That's the one thing I've gotten more credit for than you, even though
You deserved it.
So.
You deserved
Apparently
it.
I did. Apparently I did. Did you guys hear that? I didn't talk about this because I didn't want to make a full video on it, but I guess that the DisneyStarWars.com has removed all their fan connections to all these websites, including Star Making Wars. Did you guys hear about that?
I did.
No.
Yeah, so they removed all of them. I talked to someone that I can't mention here, but to get a little more info, and they did tell me that it in fact did happen, but they didn't know if it was going to be a situation where they're going to revamp it and put it back up. But some of the fallout from some of the nonsense that's been going on with them trying to remove certain podcasts from Star Wars Celebration panels and things like that, it kind of seems to have a bigger effect on some of these people now. So interesting. So,
Well, they chose the wrong bed to lie in with all this garbage, so we'll talk about it more later. I guess I should work on a video for it.
Well, I was looking into it. Like I said, I didn't want it to pop back up though, like tomorrow. And they're like, "Oh, we're doing maintenance," and I'm like, because there's really no, like, Ichibaka shared an article with me about it, but again, there's nothing that you can't tell for sure what's happening. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah. Zero Fox says that Rockabye was straight out of Goonies. That Rockabye was straight out of Goonies. Gojira says 0% soy in Daredevil season 3. It's fantastic.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm probably going to start it tonight.
Opinionated Junkie says Wonder Woman got pushed back to 2020. Terminator 6 takes its place.
Yes.
wow, that sounds awesome. Ready?
It does.
It does.
It sounds like the real deal. YouTube will strike us down for it. What was that last part?
Trying to do that, but it sounds like shit on my keyboard.
The honest review says Ghost versus Millennium Falcon versus Outrider. Who'd win?
Who?
Ghost versus Millennium Falcon versus Outrider. Who'd win?
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know who Ghost is. I'm going with Millennium Falcon because you always go for the Millennium Falcon. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts.
Is Han Solo flying it?
Only. No one else has ever flown the Millennium Falcon except Lando and Princess Leia that one time.
Then there you go. You got your answer right there.
Let's see. Basil says, you know how to stop police brutality. If the cops tell you to shut up, you shut up and you do what they tell you. You'd be shocked how nice they might react.
It's so simple.
That's all you have to do is just do what the cops say. Forgot they have guns. That's all.
Yeah.
They have guns.
It's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Gajirify says, Jeremy brought me this far in his trunk. Okay.
That's Ivan's. That's Ivan's place, though. That's the joke. They always say Ivan's in the trunk. So
I gotta get more involved with watching everything so I can be up on all the jokes. I feel like I'm the odd man out at times.
Well, a lot of it happened with those when me and Anna were driving around LA, and a lot of personalities and jokes were born out of that, and they can't stop talking about those videos. So,
hey, good.
Yep,
we're good. Let's see. El Argo says, Ethan, thank you for retweeting and liking my Cyberfrog fan art.
It was really good. You're quite welcome. I mean, it was excellent. I showed it to my wife, and she liked it too. So good job.
Esther Lime says, wasting chocolate. Shameful.
Well, you know.
Jedi Rider says, hail the High Council. Hail the Jedi Rider.
He's right about the chocolate being wasted, I guess.
It is shameful.
Think about
Think about
no reason to
future.
let this go to waste. That's not right. Yeah, there's starving kids in Chicago.
Take it to Celebration to feed them. Let's see. Spidey Flash, what are you guys dressing up for Halloween? Or dressing up as for Halloween?
I don't dress up usually, so I will not be dressing up as anything.
Oh,
I
you
have
are a wet blanket.
Yeah, what are you dressing up as, Jeff?
Axel Foley.
Are you really?
I bought it. Detroit Lions jacket and everything.
Nice.
I hate sports, but I bought that coat. It's also bootleg from Pakistan, but it fits, so I'm happy.
Well,
How about you, Ethan?
I have an Elmo costume.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I have an Elmo costume. I have a Gumby costume. I have a
Gumby, damn
wizard. Yeah, I've been Gumby. It's not dark chocolate, Tim Christen. It's not very good. But yeah, I do have that. I have a wizard costume, and I'm not sure what I want to be this year. I'm not sure which one of them I want to be. I'm usually Gumby, and I drink. You can drink through the Gumby costume, so I'll just drink beers and throw, answer the door with a beer in my hand and drink it as Gumby. Parents think it's funny, but I went out. Ava, my daughter, was Abby Cadabby from Sesame Street last year, so I bought a full it looks like an Elmo suit that like a homeless person in New York City, like Times Square, would wear. Like, take pictures with me in my filthy Elmo costume. It looks like that. I took her out dressed as Elmo in this full Elmo gear, and all of the kids in the neighborhood were like, Elmo! And they all came and like hugged my legs, and I felt really uncomfortable. I said, thanks, kids. See ya. And I ran inside. I was only out there for like 10 minutes. I didn't want that kind of attention from neighborhood children. So I stopped wearing it. But I might do it. I might do it again this year. Yeah, my daughter will think it's funny.
Force Ghost Jeremy is cosplaying as me this weekend at a Comic-Con in London, which is great. So he's got a Geeks and Gamer shirt. He's got the exact Star Wars hat that I wear. And he said that even NPCs are welcome to say hi when he's there. So that's going to be great.
Let's finish these up. So we got Bagel Goose that says, facts don't care about your nudist feelings, EVS. Gojirify says, where can I watch EVS's full TED Talk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should do one of those.
Mitchell Hughes says, love listening to y'all. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mitchell Hughes. Comanche Viper says, Ghost is from Star Wars Rebels. Oh, therefore I don't know.
When did we talk about Ghost? Did I miss that?
Yeah, Ghost versus the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Yeah, I was probably texting. Sorry.
Wow, you are a great listener.
Yeah.
No, just fucking.
Ghost,
and finally,
Ghost Crew.
Obi-Wan 27883. Thank you very much for the final super chat of the evening. That goes to you, Uncle EVS. You have to be the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Who? What? No, I'm gonna go as James Gunn this year. I'm gonna be out there trick or treating as James Gunn.
I thought you didn't want the attention.
Hopefully, kids will know to stay away from me. If I go see James Gunn. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll see how smart the neighborhood kids are.
I was wrong. We have the final super chat from JR. Taxation is theft.
Amen. Amen.
All right. So, folks, I wish we had an episode number count to tell you guys, but this thus concludes another episode of the High Council. So I'd like to thank everyone that joined us this evening. We were about at 1,100 at our maximum, so that was awesome. So make sure you guys catch this on the replay. If you're listening at the replay, hello, you missed out on a good time. And Jeremy, do you have anything you'd like to say before we close this out?
I just want everybody to smash the melee button. And I thank everybody for joining. Thank everybody for your kind words. And I think we're going to let EVS send this out. You guys have a great evening.
This full song I wrote. Why aren't there any more songs about rainbows? Tell me. Why can't anyone see? Why isn't anyone writing songs about rainbows? Because no one does when rainbows mean so much to me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming to the High Council, and we will be seeing you again.
Ricky Critic says, the stream ain't over yet, boys. Thank you very much, Ricky Critic. And finally, Mirror Jeremy says, night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.